45 seconds. Seconds. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
That's
Got a fire ant attack.
Yeah, you should see it, Gene. Oh my God, I got devoured by, and Lummy will tell you, the kind of fire ants they have in Ocala are more wild and meaner and poisonous than
wild and
Gene,
meaner.
Lummy,
Like
African
red ants.
They are.
An ant is an ant.
No. These ones are imported red ants from Brazil.
Lummy Googled it.
When did they do that?
The fire
The cartel
ants.
snuck them over during the Miss Bum Bum contest.
Wow.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Oh, snap. Look at Dan. Damn. Look at Dan. Looks like has to be on trial today.
Yep. Dirt Merchant, 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Dirt Merchant. Thank you so very much. You can visually watch us on Rumble, YouTube, X, Facebook, or Twitch. Those are the visuals. And then audibly, just, tune in, Florida Man Radio, Bubba Army HQ. I think iHeart. There's just no way for you not to be able to catch the show. Appreciate y'all. Dan, did you go to the game yesterday in the box?
Yes, I did. Chub it up spice, $20.
Lummy, did you and your family come up and get a hangout a little bit?
No, there was security at his front door. We just we avoided it.
Really, I saw some Bubba Army had made it up there and took a picture of right outside of the box. It says Diaco Law, Elder Automotive, and then I think it might have been Will, T-shirt Will.
Oh, nice.
But he didn't obviously disturb Dan. I think he just sneaked up, got a pic, and then left. So was the box full last night, Danny? Or yesterday?
Yeah.
Is there some days where they're fuller? Where it's fuller than others, and it probably the more full it gets, the more irritating it gets.
It's not irritating, but sometimes it just gets loaded up. Sometimes there's like literally 30 people in there.
Do you sometimes say, we're really only supposed to have 16 people in here? Who in the hell's, who's the bad guy in here that's sneaking everybody in here? And then they're like, well, I'm friends with Rob Elder, and I'm friends with Jay, and I'm friends with Steve. Who's the biggest violator of sneaking people in?
Steve and Rob.
Steve.
Yeah.
Because they kind of run the box, right?
Well, Steve just, he knows 1,000 people, so he's always, inviting people up to the box.
It was the Ring of Honor game. Dirt Merchant, $10. Simeon Rice got in.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
As he should.
So all the Hall of Famers were there.
He should be in the Hall of Fame, too. He's got 100 sacks.
Does he?
122.
Yeah.
Does he got 100? Hold on. How do you get 100 and over 100? How do you get? That's kind of like the litmus of an edge rusher or a defensive end or a sack specialist. How do you get over 100 sacks and not get in not get in the Hall of Fame?
It's simple. It's because of the process. The process requires a reporter to advocate for you.
Yeah, and our guy is not a fan of Simeon Rice.
Yeah, which is just complete a-hole.
I mean,
because
so the
of
guy that represents the Tampa Bay beat writer for Tampa Bay, who also
was it Kaufman? Who is it?
Yeah, Kaufman.
Who's also a Hall of Fame nominee guy. Each city probably, like the Bears probably has a guy, the Lions have a guy.
They all have a
Packers
guy.
Yeah. A beat writer that, has to nominate, particular people for the Hall.
It's not just that, Bubba. They don't just nominate. They have to advocate. They have to sell it. And the problem is that he was in that Super Bowl team, which there's already been like 4 Hall of Famers from, and he was drafted by Arizona, I believe.
Number 1 overall.
Right.
Number 1 overall.
And so after Arizona traded him, they don't care about him anymore. So the Arizona media is not helping.
Yeah. And I think he left Arizona not under the best pretenses because they were ass buckets, and he wanted to go to a team that could compete.
He was 3rd overall, by the way.
Oh, was he 3rd?
Yeah.
Not first. 3rd.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
Out of Illinois.
Out of Illinois. That's right. So, and he did Seth? Did he do his 4? His rookie 4 in Arizona, and then went here, or he probably did all 5. They probably picked up his 5th.
Well, no, they didn't have that back when Simeon Rice played.
Oh, they didn't?
No, they were giving him contracts.
So they were given like free 8, like you were really like you were truly, after you did your contract, you were truly an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah,
with no compensate. Don't they currently have now where, like, if a guy gets plucked in free agency, you get a compensatory or a compensatory pick that could be as high as a 2nd. I think they do, don't they do that?
Yeah.
I
the
think
highest compensatory picks are normally the end of the 3rd round.
Into the 3rd. That's if a superstar goes, right?
Yeah, so Simeon Rice's initial deal was 4 years, $9.5 million.
Man, I mean, think about it. I mean, your long snapper's making that now, right?
Yeah, and the Bucs signed him for 5 years, $30 million.
Really?
Yeah.
So he came here, and then he's just been kind of cut. He's kind of been stuck in that tweener zone where the people at Arizona, their beat writer is not going to vouch for him.
Nope.
Our guy,
Ira Kaufman,
is it still him?
Yeah.
He's a joke,
and he's 100 years old too.
Right.
Simeon Rice was a great guy, but the problem with him also, in addition to the whole process, is that he wasn't like a corporate NFL guy afterwards. Like, he kind of went on his own. He didn't stick around.
Didn't he start making movies or something?
He tried. He had a production company. He was trying to do movies, and he was he's an eclectic, interesting, artistic guy, and a smart guy, and he just didn't carry that toe the
he's not like a
corporate
football
rope.
lifer,
No,
right? Yeah,
he's not
right.
like that, like Tom Brady is,
or a PR guy.
No, at all. And he didn't go into
like for instance, Rondé, and what was Rondé's brother's name? Tiki, and all of these guys, they're very charismatic. John Lynch went on to, if you just look at the Bucs that are in the Hall of Fame, John Lynch went on to be a general manager for the Niners and is very charismatic. Sapp is very charismatic. Mike Allstott has been an ambassador to the team, went out and I think coached high school football and was very successful for, I don't know, 8 to 10 years. So, all these guys had, Dan, kind of the it factor after football. And if a guy just went and just kind of
rode off into the sunset.
Well, I mean, had Hall of Fame statistics and Hall of Fame performance, but just went off and said, "Hey, I made my money. I'm going to go live life and not get on anybody's radar, not be like Marshawn Lynch and be drunk in Vegas. Just live my. I mean, because if you think about it, you've not heard a peep out of Simeon Rice as far as causing trouble.
Nope.
or even doing anything philanthropic or anything like that. It's like almost, Dan, you got to have a great career, and you also got to kind of start PRing for it after you get out of the league.
I agree, Bubba, and he didn't do that. He just kind of rode off into the sunset and quietly sort of transitioned into the next phase of his life.
Did you ever meet him?
Oh, I know him.
Oh,
I mean, we're friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Could you maybe see one day if he would do a podcast?
Sure.
and not a gotcha podcast, but just hey Simeon, just kind of his life's work podcast.
And he's an interesting guy. He's got a lot of interesting stories.
I'd love to have. I need to start leaning on you a little bit.
Keyshawn is an interesting guy. You know,
Yeah,
what I mean,
but
he's kind of a dick, but he was
here's
an
the
interesting
thing.
guy.
Hold on, Dan. Here's the thing about Keyshawn, and I think Lummy and Seth will both back me up. He's Hollywood now. He's on ESPN. Was he part of the Cuts?
I haven't seen him on there.
I haven't seen him on in a while.
Seth, I think he was part of that. Remember when ESPN when they did a major cut?
When they had to get rid of everybody to re-sign Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah, they said, listen, we got enough budget for Pat McAfee and his staff and Stephen A. Smith and the 14 shows he wants to do a day, including the 4 political shows, 2 lifestyle shows, 6 sports shows. So, yeah, Stephen A. Smith's taking most of the resources. So, I mean, Dan, if you could give me a list of all the bucks that not all the bucks that you doctored because you were a team doctor. I'm sorry. You were your dad's assistant for 6, was it 5 years or 6?
6. For
6 years. So you were a team doctor, traveled with the team. Basically, I mean, at the end of the day, if we're to be honest, you did all Joe's heavy lifting.
Well, if he wasn't there, I subbed for him.
Right, I know, but he'd also tell, Danny, go look at that knee. Right? And then you'd come back, report to him, and then he'd go look at the knee if he needed to.
Right.
But, you were his guy. Maybe you could give me a list of maybe 3 or 4 of your closest dudes that would potentially do a podcast.
Okay.
Who would you put at number 1 as far as closeness that you could pick up the phone and say, hey, I don't know if you know, but I'm a co-host on the Bubba the Love Sponge show. And he also does a podcast after the show just about interesting people, anything from, bank robbers to athletes. It's a really big softball kind of deal. Would you be willing? We'll Zoom. You can, if you live in Tampa, we'd like to have you in the studios, but chances are they don't live in Tampa. We can just do it via Zoom. Who would be just
probably Derek?
Oh yeah, well of course Derek.
Yeah. Derek,
and then
I saw Allstott a couple weeks ago and got the biggest, warmest hug. So
Allstott would, those are two gets.
And then you have that variable, that wild card Sap.
Yeah.
He'll still call me every now and then out of nowhere.
I'm actually
for some random stuff.
Now that the season's over, I'm actually going to try to get Dion.
There you go.
And I think it's an interesting time to get Dion, due to the fact that there is some uncertainty, and maybe I could just flat out ask him, Dion, are you coming back? And now didn't he, Seth or Lummy, didn't after that second year when they went 7-4 or something, I don't know, but didn't they give him an extension?
Yeah.
They gave him an extension that put him in the $11 million club.
Yes.
That was last year when the Cowboys were poking around.
Oh, that's right. So I wonder what that puts his total, what's left on his deal. And I'll tell you this one thing. Out of everybody in this room, nobody knows Dion more than me. And there's one thing about Dion. He ain't leaving a dime on the table.
So
that would mean he would have to, in order to, I think, Seth, I think this is correct. If you're a coach and you quit, you don't get your money. But if you're a coach and they fire you, you get your money. Or if you're a coach and some team lures you away, you get your, no, at that point, I think the new team has to buy your contract out.
It was a 5-year, $54 million deal last year.
So that's right at $10.8 million, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and his buyout for after this year is $12 million, then goes to 10, then 6, 4, and 3.
Oh, so he's but here's the deal: who are you gonna bring in there that's gonna do any better? And he's still making the university a ton of money. I think he just needs to change his coaching staff. I really do. I think he needs to get Marshall Falk left to go be the head coach of Southern, an HBCU. Which is good.
He's the coach, Bubba. What do you mean he's got to change his staff? He's the guy. He's the reason for the season. Dion's got to turn it around himself.
Yeah.
He's got to either get some players in there, he's got to keep some players. He's got to get some stability in there because he should have already been winning by now.
No, but I think being the coach, Seth, being the coach comes up with making some of these decisions to get rid of some Well, Pat Shurmur is their offensive coordinator. I don't think offense is their problem. Their problem is his defense. I think it's him being the coach, Seth. Like you said, it's his responsibility to maybe bring somebody that can do something better on defense. Shador didn't have a good game yesterday. It was his second start as a starter for the Browns. I love this response. So this is Shador in his after the game, post game press conference. And I think the Browns went for it on fourth down 2 different times, and the play calling was questionable. And so the reporter asks Shador about the play calling. And look, classic Dion. Shador turns it right around. Are you guys familiar with this? Seth, did you send this to me?
No, I don't think so, but I did see it.
Yeah, I loved it. Seth, did you love? I loved it. I loved it because he's like, you ain't gonna get me, cuz. Dan, you're not seen this, have you?
I have not seen this.
Here we go.
What did you see on those 4th and 1, those 2 4th and 1s that didn't work? And did you like Kevin having the aggressiveness there, even backed up in your territory?
So they're asking, Kevin, is it Stefanski? He's the head coach. He's probably not going to be there next year. They're trying to get Shador to second guess the call, right?
Yep.
Watch Shador.
I mean, first, that's a rude question to ask. If I think, it was a great call by my coach,
Do you like the aggression? Like, do you like the call? Like, do you like?
I like being out there playing. so whatever that comes with, it comes with. We not gonna be here.
Did you see how the reporter tried to change it from?
It was a dumb question.
It really was, yeah. and I like that Shador, didn't answer it.
And ever point finger at no coach or do anything like that.
Honestly, when you're asking guys these questions at this point, you're pretty much think that they're stupid,
right?
Because you think that they're going to give you that answer that you're looking for.
You think the guys can go, I really didn't agree with that, Coach.
Right? They want something
really shiz the biz on those 2 calls.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard a quarterback go, we should have punted. We shouldn't have been out there. I don't know what they're expecting, but I wish more of these athletes, will call out the reporters on those lackluster questions.
Yeah, kind of like the way Trump calls out reporters. Just want to let you know you're stupid. This is the dumbest question I've ever heard. Let me just let everybody know we had a huge Black Friday deal. We're sold out of so many different things. So you have until 7 o'clock. You have about 44 more minutes to go to Bubba Army merch, Bubba Army store, Bubba Army shop, and peruse around what we have left. We have a limited amount of dog harnesses.
What about some Cyber Monday deals?
Well, that's why we're keeping it open till 7 o'clock. Merch Crick wanted to keep it open all day, and I'm like, there comes a point where you got to stop.
Well, I mean, it's Cyber Monday tomorrow, Small Business Tuesday. I mean, there's really a lot of.
What's Wednesday? Pre-Hanukkah Wednesday.
I think it comes to a halt then at some point.
Pre-Hanukkah Wednesday is what I heard. Yeah, there you go.
There is an argument to stay open to keep it going to today because it is Cyber Monday.
Well, I mean, if I can text her and say that maybe everything ends at midnight.
That would be fair.
Okay, I'll hopefully she's Merch Crick. If you're listening, text me and tell me that you heard what I said. We're going to keep it open till midnight. Here are the various things that you can get, but we have very limited supplies. These things, let me have been just flying off the shelf. These 4x4.
Oh, they're nice.
Raised emblem. They almost look factory if you put them on your car in the right spot. Tactical bags, dog harnesses. This is last year's fragrance, a limited. Oh, Dan, you
haven't smelled the new one.
No, I haven't.
I don't think I have it. I got to try to find it.
When's it going to be available, the new one?
I got to find it.
It's nice. It's good.
Going to be available probably right before Barb.
Okay.
But I have it, and I know you're very much a collector of expensive fragrances. This is volume 25. This is last year's. We have a few left of those. Of course, the Sun UV Protection Huck-inspired And which
Those are great shirts.
I was looking at Seth.
No. I wore it Friday. I mustn't wear it today.
I was getting ready to say it's in your hot rotation.
I wore it all weekend.
Yeah, it's in your hot rotation.
Dude,
Those cool days, yeah, it's perfect.
I wear it around the house. It's so comfortable, and I don't even know what it is.
Do you want another one? Because I'll get you another one.
Yeah, I wear like the hood. And like I can fall asleep with the hood on and it's crazy.
It's you've not.
And I normally sleep naked. I'm so bothered by everything.
But hold on, here's the deal. Out of everything I've ever made, you like some stuff, but this is the one thing that I've made merchandise wise that you genuinely get excited about.
Well, that's because it's made right here in the good old U.S. of A. Bubba. Okay.
That's right. Is it American made?
I don't have questions, Dan.
Of course it is.
The Stanley inspired 40-ounce thirst quencher tumbler. Dan, I do think that you use your
I do
your
all the
lunchbox
all the time.
10 by 10 big stickers, flags. We got another allotment of those badass. These are $80 backpacks that you can literally, if you're going out of town for 2 or 3 days,
They're huge.
This is all you need. This is all you need.
The pockets are so deep on that thing.
They are. The Bubba the Love Sponge Foundation for Fallen Officer William May, FlexFit hat, Air Bubba shirt, full trucker effect throwback, a limited supply of Bubba Army Fat Man Dunk 3s. I'm in the process of designing the 4s. The flip, the slides, the cheap sunglasses. Literally, you wouldn't want to buy these as a fashion statement. You want to buy them so that you can mow the lawn and not mess up your good sunglasses. We have a few of the Trump-inspired. Anyway, you can go on there and see what we got. I'm going to get a hold of the merch quick, or hopefully she's listening, and we will extend the 20% off. Use Bubba at the checkout promo code Bubba at checkout. We'll get you 20% off anything on our site. Bubba Army merch, Bubba Army store, BubbaArmyShop.com. Hopefully she's listening, and she will extend that to midnight.
What do you think? She's got other favorite shows she's checking in with right now?
No, she could be.
She's locked in. Bubba, she keeps, I think wherever she is, whatever she's doing, I think the show is in her ear at all times.
She said midnight it is.
There you go.
There you go. I think it is. Thank you. So, Dan, I got let me, we're not live.
Oh, no, not yet.
Okay, cool, because I'm not going to go to, I'm not going to breaks. Dan,
we just popped on.
We just popped on live. Welcome, Rumble.
Yeah.
Welcome. We're the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. I'll give it a few seconds to establish some type of something, and then we'll do some spots, and then not eat up all of and be behind, because if we do spots early, notice how the show runs better and we're not falling behind. Dan, this is you currently own what? 2 Ferraris? 1 Ferrari?
I have my race car still.
Okay, you have your Ferrari race car, but you've had it most recently a 488 was it SF90?
I did Testarossa for a while.
And Ferrari fans are losing.
Have you seen the new one? This one?
See, I thought the 812 was replaced by the 12 Cilindri, which was an ugly car.
No. This is the 2026 Ferrari 812 GTS. I'm sorry, does not exist and will never exist.
Right.
Oh, so this is not even a car?
Maybe this is a fantasy.
Their minds, because the 2026 Ferrari 812 GTS doesn't evolve. It erupts into something fiercer. The old 812 was a beast, but this is a predator carved out of pure aggression. The front end, sharper, lower, hungrier. It looks like it wants...
It says 2026 Ferrari 812 GTS leaked.
Is this an official commercial? It sounds kind of rapey.
It does kind of rapey,
Yeah,
and my butt cheeks are clenched. But
to swallow asphalt whole. The hood vents are bigger, the stance wider, and the body lines slice through.
Dan,
I don't think this exists. I think this is a fantasy car.
You think this is AI?
Yeah, because they replaced the 812 with, like I said, something called the 12 Cilindri, which is ugly.
So anyway,
I sent you their website.
Oh, you did?
The Ferrari 812 GTS.
They list it now as a car?
Yeah. I sent Bubba the V12.
You're gonna put a deposit on one?
Returns.
Are you gonna put a deposit on one?
A legend is reborn.
Sure, Jay will like to, because he has an 812, so he would want the evolution of it. It would be a copyright.
This is the course, I got to show you where Mr. Ferrari lives.
Hello, the front end will get you.
This is where Mr. Ferrari lives. Or, I'm sorry, his third grandchild lives. House worth $40 million somewhere in Italy.
It's an old Daytona.
How much is that worth?
Convertible, if it's a real convertible Daytona, over $1 million.
If it's a real convertible,
couple million.
Matching numbers,
couple million.
Couple million. Kind of like a Ford Shelby Cobra GT with a 421. I think the 421 side oiler or something like that.
427.
Yeah. Oh, Dan's putting a deposit down on one of these right now. How many total Ferraris have you owned in your lifetime? 5? 6?
Hold a second.
Counting not counting race cars.
Not counting race cars?
Not counting race cars.
Because I've had 3 Ferrari race cars.
All right. 4?
348.
348.
I had a
SF90.
I had a 430.
430.
Then another 430.
That's a 3.
Then a Scuderia. And then
so that's got an e-bike called the Scuderia.
Right. And then I had a 48 Spider, a Pista, SF90, and a Testarossa. 8.
7.
I went to 8.
8. 8 Ferraris. So this is potentially the new Ferrari. What's it called?
The
812 GTS?
Yeah, 812
So
GTS. The V12 Spider returns.
That also doesn't make sense that they would rename it the same name. That's what Jay has. Jay has that car. Easy.
Hold on. He's got it in white, though, doesn't he?
He has it in black. And
with carbon fiber.
Yeah, but it's that car.
Yeah, well,
it's not that.
Jay's looks better. I'm just telling you. My favorite car is that white Porsche he drives. Oh, I love that car.
The GT3?
Oh, man, that car's badass.
Is his a convertible?
No,
his GTS is, his Ferrari is, yeah.
How about that GT3? Is that thing fast?
It's medium fast, Bubba. It's a race car.
Out of all of his cars that are not at the conclave and are race cars, out of all of his Jay's cars that he can drive on the road, Jay speaking, that's Dan's younger brother, who's the head of the Diaco law firm. What's his fastest car? On the road,
his 918 Spider.
That thing's the fastest?
Yeah, it's got 1,000 horsepower. The car looks great with the top down too. It's got the big bolsters.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
But that's what he has. He has that car. That's so different.
He has the 812 GT5.
GTS.
Does it have the V12 Spider in it?
It's a V12 and it's a Spider. Huh?
Maybe they're just trying. I don't know. I don't even know.
They're just promoting their old car.
When I return, Dan, it's something you might appreciate. It's the top 8 sounding Ferraris. And of fun. These, I think, okay, so there's the number 1's F12. Number 2 is the F355. Number 3 is the 48, which I think you owned. Number 4 is the F360. Number 5 is the 812.
Which Jay owns.
So you've heard that. Number 6 is the 458. 7 is, what's the LAF?
La Ferrari.
And number 8 is the F430. Out of all the 8, which one of those are the most rare?
The La Ferrari is worth $4 billion.
How much?
3.5 to 4.
The LAF?
Yeah.
What year did they make that?
I want to say 2016, 17.
Really?
Yeah.
Just not that many. Lack of production,
they
or
made
just
350, and they were like 980 horsepower back then. It was a
and they only
car.
made 350, and they were probably only for the 350 most loyal who's bought the most Ferrari customers.
Oh, they're such dicks about it too.
Yeah.
They made 499, but it's either 499 or 350.
But if you're a casual Ferrari, you don't buy everyone that comes out. There are some people that literally, like the guy next door, doesn't he buy every Lamborghini that comes out?
Yeah, and so he gets, he's on the list because they know they'll pull one off the dealer.
So they got Ferrari guys like that too.
Exactly.
That buy everyone off the list.
When they have a new Ferrari come out, Dan, if they called you or they call their upper echelon buyers, could you go, I'll take 10 of them, or can you only get one?
Usually just one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're the guy next door and we're talking about Lamborghinis, maybe 2.
Like a coupe and a convertible.
Yeah, maybe.
I got a call when the SF90 replacement came out.
Really?
I get calls. I still get the calls.
Dan gets the calls.
I just don't get the call on the LaFerrari because
he
I don't
Ferraris
have
him.
$4 million laying around.
All right. When we return, we're live. We're front page on Rumble. I don't want to waste. I don't want to get behind. So let's burn a quick one, and we'll come back. All right.
Sounds good.
If you want a deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back after these words.
Temperature, you're right.
Oh, yeah. You're dead.
Discussion, all those
You're
cards.
dead.
Good morning,
See, I switched between.
What do you take me out for?
Well, because that's the same thing that my nitrous water, but that can go a whole week on a charge. So usually I just keep you plugged in.
Dude, I'm sweating 2 days a week over here because of your water.
No, you're not sweating 2 days a week. If you push it a little, if you push it a little more gracefully and just.
Oh God, this is how you sound like Phoebe telling me I drive my car too hard.
Smashing.
I got annoyed with that from someone the other day.
About driving your car too hard?
Yeah, they liked where I was driving.
Isn't it your fucking car?
Yeah.
Okay then. In the conversation.
Exactly. Thank you. Dan's with me.
I'm with you too.
Thank you. If I want to drive that fucker into the ground, let me be.
I'm the one picking up at Rubber City.
You're damn right. I'm the one looking for Centras online with 80,000 miles.
You're the one on Facebook Marketplace.
Nissan Sentra.
Rick James. Herman Fletcher. Russell Seri. Inzer. Bart Hutchison. Stephen Richard Gore. Bob Cook. Charlie Hall. Good morning. Very good Thanksgiving. Tone Gaboom. Disney, Dad Gone Wild. Joe Cinco. Jeff Pearson. Berto Perez. Big Buck. Good morning.
Big Buck, I'll see you Friday. Hopefully.
Glowbug. I agree, dog. Fuck you, trash guy. Grouper Lips. Organic G, good morning. Tim Terry, Snow Slayer. Dagadao. Black Guy Kelly. Jerkism too, bro. Shut it up. Goes to profiles. Honky Kong. Justin
Brady, right? Thank you.
Brad Johnson.
Get out of here.
Well, trooper stomach.
Who do you think would get in first, Brady or Brad Johnson?
Brady could after. Because it'll keep part of your stomach.
You think they're gonna put Brady in, right?
Yeah.
He'll probably be the last one for a little bit.
realistically, there's
unless they do what, like a Rich McKay kind of deal or something. Is he in? Is he with the Falcons?
They would. That would. That's probably.
They should do Rich McKay.
They should do Rich McKay.
Yeah.
For what?
Ring of Honor. Is he not in it, Lummy?
No, his dad is.
Yeah, but Richie McKay was only GM for like 4 years, 3 years.
I thought he was the president for.
Of the Bucks?
Yeah.
I think it was only did.
I thought he built like through the same way. Tony Dungy era.
That's why.
Yeah, I thought so.
I don't know. He had a hell of a publicist because I thought he was responsible for a lot of that stuff.
Me too.
But I have no idea. Now that you mention it, I'm like, I don't know. What did the guy do?
And again, it's like Arizona fighting for. We'd be like Arizona fighting for Simeon Rice.
94.
Why do we give a fuck about Richie McKay right now?
94 to 2003. So the whole.
9 years.
Tired of paying sky-high cable TV bills? Sick of juggling endless streaming subscriptions? There's a better way. Go to getabox.com. With Get a Box, you get every channel, every game, every movie ever made. Watch local and national channels, live sports, all your favorite movies, and much, much more. This isn't another subscription. It's a one-time purchase. No contracts, no fees, no nonsense. For a limited time, use promo code BUBBA at checkout for $25 off any box. That's getabox.com, promo code BUBBA.
Listener-supported sponge, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Listener-supported via PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. Now returns.
813-90-BUBBA, 813-902-8222. Usually the phones are chock full of stupid people. Hopefully we'll get some people that actually have something to say. And this is what I hate more than anything. Hey, Bubba, just want to let you know I'm a little behind. About 7 topics ago, you were talking about this, and that. Thanks, sir, but I'm busy. Appreciate it. So, Dan, here they analyze the top 8 sounds of Ferraris. Not that any of us, besides you, have ever had the pleasure of even, owning, or I don't think I've even. Well, I drove your. I think I drove your SF90.
You did.
I think I drove your SF90.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying the F12 has the greatest all-time sound to it.
Yes, it's a 12-cylinder. I don't disagree. It's before they started making the exhaust. It's quiet.
Man, that's straight. That sounds like an F. This is when they used to take F1 technology and actually apply it to the street. Right?
Yes, and
I think they've gotten away.
I
think they've gotten away from that with this Rena engine and all that kind of deal. I don't know necessarily that they're taking a lot of the data that they're getting on the F1 courses and applying it to their street cars, or they're at least doing it less than they used to.
There's 2 things. Number one is the sound statutes have changed, and so cars have to be quieter now in Europe. And then secondly, they are doing some of that technology because like the SF90 was essentially like KERS, which is, that kinetic energy recuperation system.
Right, like the hybrid deal.
The hybrid deal. So that was that kind of, you're using hybrid instead for fuel economy, but for performance was directly out of Formula One. It's a 355.
Now, so out of all these, you've only owned what? Just the 488?
And a 430.
And the 430, okay. That thing sounds badass.
Yes, it does.
Was that a V10?
8.
That was a V8?
Yeah.
Supercharged, twin...
Nope. Open.
Just normally aspirated?
Yes.
Wow. How many cubic inches?
3.5 liters.
Here's... Dan actually had one of these.
That's a Scuderia version of the 488.
I know,
that sounds good.
This was probably... That or your SF90 was my 2 of your favorite Ferraris.
I think you liked my Pista.
Yes, no, you're right. I liked your Pista.
But that was a turbo, so it didn't sound as good. It's 360. They sound good.
Didn't look that. It kind of looks like a Nissan.
Well, that's also 2001 technology.
I understand. What motor did that have in it?
That had a 3.6 liter V8.
Just aspirated?
Mm-hmm. Nothing
turboed?
Nope.
What about this?
That's the 812 that we were just looking at. That's Jay's car.
You can always tell when a Diaco's coming in hot or when they're leaving hot. Can't you, Jay? Can't you, Lummy?
Yes,
you can always
can.
yeah. I mean, he's spinning in like third gear.
That's the best sounding V8 Ferrari ever made. The problem is it's an ugly car.
What would V8? Anything turbo? Anything supercharged so far?
No, this was the last normally aspirated V8 that Ferrari made.
What about the LAF? What was it motor-wise?
It was a 12, but it was also a hybrid.
Oh. And this, oh my God, I can see why this is the most expensive and valuable. I mean, that looks like it's straight from the track.
But the F12 sounded better. It did.
Yeah. Yeah. And then this is you had one of these. Rich guy problems.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Lummy, this is a girl that Florida woman assaults a sheriff deputy at the Jason LD concert, and this chick might be like in an area that she's supposed to like not be in, and a female Florida I think maybe either a sheriff's deputy or FHP.
It was a sheriff.
A Florida a woman, a female sheriff's deputy. Tries to get her to maybe kind of get away from this area. This must be a restricted area. And this stupid white trash Florida chick takes a hack, like tries to, well, I think she punches or swings on or does something to the deputy, and the deputy gives her the good news with one straight knockout. Here we go. So she takes kind of a little cat swing at this is the deputy woman right here in white. Takes a little hack. Drops her. Now get up and let me handcuff you, bitch.
I mean, she's going to jail for obviously assault, right?
Little cat. This is a little cat. Watch the Florida. Watch the deputy come right down center field. Bam!
She had her hand up, ready for punch two. Did you notice that too?
Yeah.
She put it right back by her chin.
Now let me handcuff you, bitch. You're going to jail. How bad would this be? You know, everybody, like my mom and my sister, they just work. They work all day on the merch crick, to her credit, she called my sister up and be like, what can I do? I know that you and Janie Cakes prepare all day on Tuesday for the Thanksgiving, spread, if you will, the food. Can I come over? There's got to be something I can do. And my sister's like, nope, my mom and I got it. We got a little system going. How we make the dressing, how we make the corn casserole, how we make,
we got a system. It means you leave us alone.
Which means we know our ways around the kitchen and you don't. And the Merch Crick does other unbelievable things.
Does she bring like the napkins or something?
No, but like the Merch Crick could literally get on a Skag Jackal mini steer and run it.
That's a Thanksgiving tradition, Bubba.
Yeah, so like the Merch Crick is kind of wired more like a man than a woman. She can barely make. I will tell you this, Lummy. I've taught her how to make my breakfast.
Oh, nice.
So she makes me like cheesy eggs, a couple sausage patties, and some toast. You can't mess that up. She does a really good job at that.
Nice.
But as far as like following a recipe and making, here's what we had. We had turkey, ham. My mom, my grandma, my great grandma Lottie Flynn, special German dressing, corn casserole, green bean casserole, sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, gravy.
Did you have a little of everything?
Pumpkin pie, old fashioned cream pie, homemade banana pudding. What else?
Did you sample all of it?
Oh yeah, of course. I actually took a picture, Lummy. I might send it to you.
Okay.
I'll take a picture of my plate because Sumo and I were kind of having like a 8 Mile food off.
Oh, nice.
You know, his mom, his mom versus my.
Get those pictures up immediately. Where are those, Bubba?
I gotta send it to Lummy.
Yeah, let's see it.
Food off. Who started it?
Lummy Day goes, here's my plate. Send me a picture of your plate. And I think I erased Lummy's plate. But Lummy, if you want to take my picture, you may have to turn it sideways.
Okay.
Then I can go through what we had for Thanksgiving. Now, in the Jewish spirit, is there anything a staple of anything in Thanksgiving that
we're just Americans, man.
At that point, you're just Americans.
just Americans, yeah.
Turkey, ham.
No ham.
No ham.
No
okay.
ham.
Turkey, probably like some type of stuffing, dressing, some type of vegetable rolls. Does Elise whip all this up?
Oh yeah.
So this.
Do you peel potatoes or do anything like that to help?
No. Neither do I.
I don't.
Elise.
No one calls upon me, Dan. I mean, I don't know what I could actually do, but
I would say that Elise would probably say, "Stay out of my kitchen. I'll get more. You're gonna get in the way."
I'm watching football. You know.
Right.
I mean, it's I figure those are okay. Never mind. I feel like I'm going too far now.
Have you sent it yet?
I had to turn it around real quick.
All right, yeah, and then let me know because I'll go through what this is my. I only had one plate too. Now my sister packed me leftovers that I'm kind of on the last day of right now. It takes me about 3 days to burn through the leftovers, but my sister made this new banana pudding, vanilla wafer. Pudding this year. She usually just makes pumpkin pies and old-fashioned cream pies.
Michael Hunter sent $10.
Thank you. And she incorporated a banana pudding this year, and it was just unbelievable. I couldn't get enough of it.
But those wafers get soggy after a day, don't they?
I sent it to you.
What my sister does is she does make there are a certain amount of them in the pudding. Oh, damn it, Lummy, I can't.
But then she sprinkles some on top afterwards.
Then she had a bowl with a spoon that you then, after you've scooped up your pudding, then you it's mine.
You could adorn with more.
What is that?
Cookies.
Is that mine or is that Sumo's?
That's the one you sent me.
I don't know.
You can't tell the difference?
Wow, this is a great game. Now we're having fun. Is this my food or not?
Oh yeah, I think this is.
Are you saying all Thanksgiving food looks the same, Bubba? That's racist. Oh.
I think good. No, this is Sumo's.
Oh,
I deleted.
Pretty organized.
Yeah, that's Sumo.
I could use some color.
Do you want me to see if your sister has one?
No, I have it in my delete file. It'll just take me a while to find it. I'll find it and get it to you.
His plate has too many earth tones, Bubba. I feel like it could use like a neon flare or something summery.
Mm-hmm.
That was his plate. I need to find mine. Lummy, so I can just only imagine. So so many different people from different parts of your family. A lot of times people bring a dish, or in my instance, my mom and sister make it all. It takes them about a day and a half to do it, but there's so much time and labor. It's so labor intensive, especially if you do it all from scratch. Now, I do know some families that cater it all in, and really it's just about
nothing wrong with that.
No. To each its own. Some families cater it in, and that's the way they like it. Other families make it from scratch. It's your priority or prerogative.
Okay.
So sorry. But so this girl here, think about this. I don't even know what you would do.
She's a dish.
So she's given like a little bit. I think this is a bit like a family deal, and she's given like maybe the thanks. Like kind of going through like a little formatted, hey, thanks.
That was the only mistake she made.
Thanks to Grandma, and thanks to Mom, and thanks to everybody, and then just watch. Like, what do you do do you?
Couple things are salvageable from my view.
Yes, I agree.
First of all, Seth, you're right. So these potatoes are salvageable, right?
Salad.
That's salvageable. That's salvageable.
Unless you keep playing the video and the table goes over on it. Oh, no, it stopped. Okay.
It gives you...
You know why it flipped? Because all the food was in the front.
Because everything, they didn't have anything middle loaded. You got to middle load it, or, like, hold on, ready?
Oh.
I would say that somebody did this on purpose, but there's way too many old people in this equation for anybody to be trying to go viral.
Right, and there's nobody behind it, and the old people aren't. If you're trying to go viral, you would have had better footage of it, but they did.
It's great footage. I just want to know what happened afterwards.
I was eyeing that kid in the white shirt. Thought he may have had something to do with it.
I mean, at that point, man, what do you do?
I don't know. Are there any places open on there's
pizza places open.
Oh, you're saying go full pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The coaching carousel for college football has really, really, really been upended after this weekend. Lane Kiffin goes to LSU after leaving Ole Miss.
What a saga.
Yeah.
And they're in the playoffs, too.
And so and he's taken a lot of his coaches. They've already announced the defensive coordinator is not the interim coach, but he's the coach, which I like. But Lane Kiffin is taking a lot of his players with him. I'm sorry, a lot of his I know he's taken a lot of his coaches, and they've already scrubbed the coaches from the website, and they're not allowing the coaches to go coach the playoffs. Because Ole Miss is going to be in the college football playoffs.
Yes,
they're locked in.
Yeah,
and so
this is their greatest regular season of all time.
Of all time.
Oh,
and so
why is he leaving? Is he getting paid more?
$90 million.
More prestigious job?
Yes,
$90 million.
Ole Miss is a great job, but not nearly as prestigious as Auburn.
No, he went to LSU.
I'm sorry, LSU. LSU is LSU is probably one of the top 10 most prestigious jobs in America. Well, how would you rank them? Let me like Georgia, Ohio State, Notre Dame, LSU,
Alabama, Michigan.
I think USC still won.
Back in the day it was. Yeah.
USC is still in that category. Absolutely. So those are Florida used to be in there, but that ship has sailed. So Lane Kiffin, he's speaking to ESPN's Marty Smith. So what happens to
the big
players? See, Seth, I think they made a rule where if you're a player, you cannot get into portal till after the college football playoffs.
No. Well, what is that the rule on me?
Yes.
What I thought part of what was going on over the last few days is that Lane Kiffin wanted to stay and coach the team while he also accepted the job for LSU.
Yep. Yes.
So, I mean, I get that he wanted to do that, but they
why couldn't he have told LSU wink, wink, nudge, nudge?
Because he had to start recruiting and start getting his staff together.
Okay.
So some people want to have a bigger conversation about college football, the way the schedule is laid out, the way that the guys can start changing teams all of a sudden. Well, I think the playoffs are still going on, right, Lummy? I mean, it's not. They don't wait until the national championship's over before the portal opens.
I think, Lummy. First of all, Lummy, can you today get a ladder and fix the tree? It's killing me. It just needs to be moved.
We did it again.
It just needs to be moved over. It's still very crooked, and it looks like it just needs to be like it's being stuck by a rafter or something.
Yeah, we Macho and I worked on it on Wednesday. We'll work on it again.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, don't you think they maybe should make a rule that you cannot switch teams, or the coach, you can't actively look for a coach until after the college playoffs?
Yes.
Because they need to instill that rule so that it starts at the university, where they can't even, they can maybe talk to a guy and stuff, but you can't make any announcements until after the college football playoffs.
Yeah, the transfer portal was moved this year till January 2nd through the 16th.
So how many of his guys, even though they can't announce it now and they have to go out and play, will follow him. And then that being said, how many of his guys that are following him may not want to play in this college game in fear of getting hurt?
All day. We went through a lot last night with Keith Carter trying to figure out a way, to make this playoff.
I heard that Ole Miss made a hell of a run, including matched money.
Yep.
I heard they matched money.
$90 million?
I heard it was $70 million over.
Was it like 12 for 7 years? I don't know what the math on that is.
I think it equals out to $11 million, 11 or 11.2 a year.
It's nice that these universities are getting millions and millions of dollars from donors, from the government, from kids' tuitions, are pissing it away on a douchebag like this guy, $90 million. It's unconscionable.
And in most states.
How many guys is it, Dan? Like the boosters, I mean, I know the boosters make up a good portion of this because I don't know how many people get together and go, yeah, we're going to pay this guy $90 million. But I mean, does the money come from a bunch of different places, or are there just a couple of people behind the curtains that fund all this stuff?
I think
the university pays for a lot of it.
I think Seth, a lot of it some of it comes from the boosters, but the program in itself with the TV money and everything, most programs will make 40 to 80 million a year. Most programs.
I know, but there's a difference between LSU, Florida, and then Ole Miss. Like there's a difference. Like I don't necessarily believe that Ole Miss came up with the same amount of money, or I don't believe that Lane Kiffin would have terrorized. Look at this guy. I mean, this guy looks like this guy just took the best job of his life, and look at him.
And hold on,
it looks like he just got arrested for being a pedophile.
With that suit, exactly. I mean, it looks like a suit from England 20 years ago.
It just goes to show you can be a complete ass bucket in college athletics, meaning, in college, particularly college football. You can be an ass bucket. He was an ass bucket at Tennessee. He was an ass bucket at USC. He went to little-known Florida Atlantic University, which is 1AA.
They're Division I.
Okay, Division I, but they're not. They're not even as prestigious as USF or UCF.
No.
Okay. Went there, I guess turned the program around a little bit. He was an assistant coach for Nick Saban. He's just kind of been a journeyman. He puts together 4 or 5 good years in the SEC, and now he is the most sought-after coach in the entire world. I mean, everybody wanted him. Florida wanted him. Everybody wanted him. LSU wanted him. Auburn wanted him. I guess he was pretty transparent with Florida and told them that he wasn't interested or. Yeah,
he wasn't.
And that's why they went and got the Tulane guy, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's his decision. And
so you're looking at a guy right now, it's making $11.5 million a year, guaranteed. He could literally go into LSU and go 3-8 next year. Kind of like remember when Jimbo Fisher was the main dude at FSU, then he went out to Texas A&M and crapped the bed.
He'll be dead. He'll be dead if he goes 3-8 next year.
Totally respect that.
They're putting 25 to 30 million for the roster.
I mean, so hold on. They're setting aside 25 or 30 million on NIL money.
Yes.
See that. To me, man,
that's another. It's not just what he's getting; it's what the programs have to offer.
But that is it's so shady.
I agree with you, Bubba. And these guys are making more money than they'll make as pros.
It's just so shady. It's the Wild West. The NCAA has got to have a better way to pay its players. Has
the NCAA ever figured it out? I mean, before, if a guy went and signed a jersey, then the whole program would get sanctions for the next 10 years and wouldn't be able to go to a bowl game and would lose recruits and everything. And now it's like these guys are making too much money.
Right. They went from having too strict rules to having no rules. There are literally, Seth, there are no rules. If you want to pay your quarterback $7 million, you can pay him $7 million. If you got boosters and collectives that are, it's a full-time job.
100%.
I was talking to Dion. They have a staff of 12 or 15 that do nothing but run the NIL program.
That is right.
And every player on the team gets a check. Yeah. Every player on the team gets a check. Now, the long snapper's check might be $1,500, and the starting quarterback might be $150,000. But every player on the team gets a check.
Hey, all these kids wanted back in the day was just enough money to eat. They were saying that they couldn't even afford to eat on campus and all that stuff. So
they just wanted an extra pair of sweats to take home, so they had, didn't have to do laundry.
Now they can't afford a second Mercedes. It's tough. They're really roughing it, poor guys.
Understand that decision.
I mean, Shador and Shiloh, when they were with Colorado, they were pulling up in Mercedes Maybachs.
There's a bum. There's a crappy, like a 6-man basketball player, USF, rolling up in a Mercedes. He's making, I think they said he's making like $90,000 a year
and,
for a 6-man.
I mean, that's just how life is. There's people that aren't that good at their jobs that make a ton of money, or right? I mean, there's.
Yeah. Hey, look at us. We suck and we make money.
Well said.
Tell me when we're not live anymore.
Okay.
I just totally wish the team the best of luck. Wish that I was coaching, but understand that it was a very challenging position.
And so, Dan, here's the deal. Like, does the NCAA monitor the conversations he potentially might be having with players that are on the team? Would that be tampering?
No, you're allowed to pull.
No.
Not until January 2nd.
The players on the team are not allowed to enter the portal till after the national championship game. But would it be illegal? I would think so. That if you're talking to a player that's actively on the Ole Miss roster and is getting ready and practicing and getting ready for the college football playoffs, and Lane is reaching out to this guy saying, hey, after the championship game,
this is happening, by the way.
You're my center.
It's before the championship. The championship is January 19th.
Yeah.
So the portal, Lummy said, was from the 2nd to like the 16th.
Yes.
So it's possible that Ole Miss could be in the championship game.
So January. So Seth, you're saying January 2nd it opens. So like if just the top 2 or 4 teams might only be in play with regards to being locked out. Everybody else can start making their deals January 2nd.
Correct.
For him the chance to be in, and totally respect that. So, just really.
Man, if you're a high school coach with and a lot of these guys, really seriously, a lot of these guys started on the high school level, or they started on the graduate assistant level, where they were like a volunteer for Jim Levitt's. You know what I'm saying? And then let me like my guy Mike Simmons.
Yeah.
He was a volunteer. He played at he played at Indiana State when I was there. Then he went on and played for the Buccaneers. And then he was a free agent and played for the Buccaneers for 3 years. Then he was a 10th round draft pick out of Indiana State. And then he went to the San Diego. Remember, Dan, when they had that Plan B free agency kind of deal where you could go be a free agent? He went and played 2 years with San Diego as an offensive guard. Then he came. Then he hurt his knee. His NFL, after 5 or 6 years, career was done. Came back to I think. What's that high school right now? Jefferson.
Yeah, Jefferson.
Right down the.
Yeah.
Went to Jefferson High School. Started out as the offensive line coach, Dan, for 2 years. Got the head coaching job. Took him to 3 state championships. Won one of them. Won a state championship. Took him to 3. Jim Levitt signs him on. Was he an offensive line coach or a graduate assistant?
Graduate assistant.
He was a graduate assistant for USF when they were running hard. That gets you in the coaching, pool, so to speak. Then went to North Texas.
He went to Indiana State for a year with the offensive line.
He went to Indiana State 2 different times.
Yeah.
He went to Northern Iowa. He went to Illinois State. He went to North Texas.
UTEP.
He went to University of Texas El Paso. And guess where he's back at now? He's back at Robinson High School down by your place, Lummy.
Yeah.
Dan. He's
coaching there.
Yeah, and they've been like 0-10 for the last 15 years. I think he might have screeched out 1 this year. But you enter into this. I mean, look at Coach. Look at John Gruden.
Actually, Simmons, he left. It looks like this year he was the Indiana State offensive line coach.
No, that was last year.
Oh, they're saying that he's back. He's there.
He's back?
Yeah.
So he went Indiana State, Robinson, Indiana State.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason I heard one of the reasons why they ran him out of Terre Haute is because he was so old school stiff.
Oh, he's stiff.
But he's so good.
Yeah.
I heard he is. You worked underneath him.
Yeah.
I heard he is one of the best one of the best offensive line coaches there ever was. Like if you look at all of his stats from North Texas to Texas El Paso and to Northern Iowa, his running game is always like top 50 in the nation.
Yeah, he teaches you all the dirty stuff too. He's
he
a
taught
good
me
coach.
this one play. One time he was at the Clem Gym and he says, "Come in on me once, like you're a defensive end, and I'm gonna put my left hand on your right something where he blocks with your leg, like he puts his hands on your leg."
Yeah, so you don't get the penalty and show the holding.
And he was holding my quad, and I'm like, I can't get away. He's like, that's what. So I'm gonna have to call him and see if he maybe after Robinson, which I think they went 0-10 this year.
Ouch.
He went back to Indiana State. But Dan, look at let me pull it up right now. Pull and send it to me. Coach Gruden's coaching trek. He was a graduate assistant, volunteer. Like, I mean, you got to really, really put your time in order to get some of these very coveted positions. But man,
they tend to stay though in the same category in the sense that, like, you know, they're junior assistants in college and they end up becoming college coaches. If they start as junior assistants in the pros, like the LA coach, he was one of the quality control guys for Gruden 20 years ago.
So look,
Sean McVay.
McVay, yeah.
But here's the
deal.
He was
a kid. He was just a kid.
All you need, Dan, is just to catch on one place, just catch lightning in a bottle for a few years. The next thing you know, you're a Jimbo Fisher or a Lane Kiffin, and you are. But I mean, man, this is as tough of a life. Back when I first started radio, this is what I went again: Terre Haute, Grand Rapids, San Antonio, Chicago, Philly, Orlando, Chicago, Milwaukee, Tampa. Before I finally caught on. Radio is not like that anymore, Seth, because of syndication and podcasting and being able to voice track, and the technology now is you don't even have to be in the city. You know that,
right?
So, but listen to Coach Gruden. Now, I think we would all agree that this is a very successful coach. Super Bowl champion. At the end of the day, man, here's the deal. I heard that he has the NFL so dead to rights that he is the one that won't go to mediation and won't settle because he's got him dead to rights. He wants this to go to trial.
He does. He said that to me before. He wants the discovery to be public. He wants everyone to know how disgusting the NFL is on the inside.
I've heard the NFL has practically been on their knees begging for him to take like $60 million settlement.
Yeah, but they're going to be on their knees bending over for him.
You know, much like I hear that Michael Jordan's got now. Who would have ever thought an African-American man could take down the good old boy network of NASCAR? I mean, they are the shadiest good old boy family-run system. It's my way or the highway. I don't care what. My rumor has it, and it's going to trial, that Michael Jordan is going to finally right the ship of NASCAR and make it more fair for owners to not get screwed.
What is it? It's on the news right now on ABC. It's what it says in the antitrust lawsuit.
Yeah, and he's going to win it. And Michael Jordan's going to win it. And it's going to turn NASCAR upside down. And you know what? Nobody, not Rick Hendrick, not Joe Gibbs, not Roger Penske. Roger Penske even has more money than Michael Jordan. None of them had the balls to go against NASCAR except Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's like, I've owned professional teams and I've been part of professional sanctioning bodies, and this is about as unfair as you can get. So, Lummy, this is Coach Gruden's.
Yes.
First of all, he went to South Bend Clay High School. His college was Dayton. He was never a good player. Like Chucky was never a good player. He was I think the starting quarterback for Dayton his senior year, but you never hear him talk of his playing experience.
Do you see? And I know you'll get to this eventually, but the last job that he had was he was an advisor for the Milano Seamen.
Yeah, the European Football League.
That's where he is right now.
Oh, really?
I mean, that's what. No, I'm sorry.
Oh,
that was 2 years ago, or
last year. Yeah.
So he started out in 1986, right out of college, as a graduate assistant for Tennessee, which, that's a pretty good gig. And then Southeast Missouri State Lummy, which is I think part of maybe the Missouri Valley. I don't know.
I think it is.
Passing game coordinator. But I mean, these poor young kids have to uplift if they have families. I mean, they're literally living in a different college town every year, virtually. So 86, 87, Tennessee graduate assistant. In 88 for 1 year, Southeast Missouri State passing game coordinator. In 89, Pacific tight ends coach.
They don't have a football team anymore.
In 1990, this is where he kind of gets his break. And I think at this point he's working. Is he working for Walsh or Seifert?
I think it's Seifert.
The San Francisco 49ers offensive assistant. Then he goes that's for 1 year. Then he goes to the Pittsburgh. Is that Pittsburgh College or Pittsburgh Steelers?
Oh, that's the Pittsburgh University. That's Panthers.
University of Pitt.
Yeah.
With Tony Dorsett.
Yeah.
In 1991, wide receivers coach. Then he goes to Green Bay, and he's in 92, and he's talking about Chuck Gruden. He's the offensive assistant quality control coach in 92. Then in 93 and 94, working under Mike Holmgren, he's the wide receivers coach. Then he goes to the Eagles, 95, 96, and 97, and he's the offensive coordinator. Then he goes to 98 to 2001, head coach of the Raiders. Then 2002 to 2008, 6-year run, head coach of the Buccaneers. Then he goes back to the Raiders, and then they screwed him with this big email caper. And then finally, 2 years later, the New Orleans Saints hires him to be. This is when he's pretty much blacklisted from the league.
Yeah.
And then New Orleans in 23, and then the Seamen in 24. But I mean, you got to.
Well, he's come a long way.
I mean, you're going from Tennessee to Southwest Missouri State to Pacific State to San Francisco 49ers to the University of Pitt to Green Bay, all in 1 year increments.
It's a tough life, man.
It's a tough life, but if you can get in, like Lane Kiffin, you're set, right? You're absolutely set.
Yeah, we're off the front.
Yeah, but Lane Kiffin got his chances because his last name was Kiffin.
I think they had a lot to do with it. I really do. Anyway, so Lane Kiffin goes to Auburn, the
LSU.
I'm sorry, LSU.
Didn't the USF coach get pulled to a big college?
Yep.
Yeah,
our guy, who Alex is
Golish. Yeah,
Alex
Golish.
Golish. So Alex Golish, the head coach for Georgia Tech, and Dion all started the same year. The guy from USF, Golish, just got hired away to go coach Auburn.
Yeah.
The Georgia Tech guy, I think, got an extension and could probably go about anywhere he wants, but I think he's sticking with Georgia Tech. He really has turned that program around.
Yes.
Yeah, they're good.
And Dion needs to catch a break.
Play clock at 1 when he snaps it.
I don't know why they're.
Oh yeah, they were just showing the iron.
Anyway, Auburn hires South Florida's Alex Golish to a 6-year deal as coach. What's he getting?
Good question.
A year.
I don't think they've announced exactly how much, but they're predicting like $8 million a year.
Unbelievable.
What was he making here? Like 6?
Yeah, I think he was going to make 7. The USF matched it, but
and then Florida, they hired the Tulane guy. So
7.4 for Golish.
7.4.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was making 2.6 here.
Yeah.
What?
But USF.
That's a big difference.
Well, USF, they were going to match it, but he wanted to go to the SEC.
Florida then gives the guy from Tulane 7.5. He'll read a 6-year deal at an average of $7.5 million per year. Man. So you go to
why are these schools signing these giant 6-year deals with these kids, with these coaches? Because it seems like they get screwed. They end up firing the guy and having to pay out.
Yeah, but if it works out, like
then he's going to get plucked by another school like Lane Kiffin did.
But hold on, just don't think that Auburn has to write the USF a check.
No,
USF's getting a big check. And so is Tulane. These not only do these big schools that hire these guys away have to give them big money, but they have to buy. I think, Lummy, there's buyouts in their contract, meaning they have to buy they have to pay the college a certain amount to even be able to get him out of his contract.
Yeah, there's a $2 million buyout for the USF one.
That's it.
Yeah,
just $2 million.
Yeah.
Now I gotta think that the USF job is a pretty.
Got a new stadium coming in 2 years.
It's a pretty desirable job.
Yes, it is.
I wish they give it to my buddy Mike Simmons, but I don't think he has enough head coaching experience.
No, they want to get a name, especially with the stadium coming up.
Is there any names that are floating around?
Well, the guy you just talked about, Gruden.
Oh.
Ties. Derek Brooks is the COO. Gruden wants to get back in the coaching. He's local. He's always at USF stuff.
So
that would be great.
If Golish was making, did you say 2.5 or 3.5?
2.5.
All right, Dan. You know that USF could pony up $6 million.
Mm-hmm. They were gonna. They offered Golish the same amount, but they didn't have the money they could give to Auburn the NIL.
Oh, so his war chest is smaller.
Correct.
Yeah, but when you bring Chucky in there, you bring Chucky in there. What does that do? I mean, that does bringing John Gruden to USF would be like bringing Dion to Colorado when it was sexy.
Yes,
it's a very sexy hire. You got boosters that are stepping up writing checks that normally wouldn't write checks. You know what you are? You're potentially selling out Ray J Stadium. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then you break into that new stadium with a big-time coach.
Yeah. Lane Kiffin reportedly has given his offensive assistants an ultimatum. Get on a plane to Baton Rouge or get lost.
He's a dick.
I think I'd be getting on a plane.
Yeah.
Myself.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
No, pencil neck. You know Gruden. So you have someone in the wing.
USF's going to get Terry Bowden.
I hope so. Terry Bowden, great guy, great coach.
What you know who watch Brian Kelly?
Oh, please, God, no.
I will.
I will never go to.
You'll cancel your fucking season tickets.
I will say that I went to a different school. That guy should never coach again. Ugh. Terry Bowden. Are you gonna go to the police? That thumbs up. Man's looking good in the suit. Dirt Merchant to our Willie.
I'm going to do a Tom Simon update.
Yep.
So make sure you get him, because I like to send them to him.
Yeah, I've been sending to him. He appreciated the last one.
No, I talked to him yesterday. I don't think he got it.
He sent me an email back.
Okay.
Yeah, he sent me an email back and told me to tell you thank you. I've sent him 2 so far.
And former NBA players and their families. After his college career at the University of Louisville, Terrence Williams played for the Houston Rockets, the Brooklyn Nets.
I'm going to see if I tell him he's not here, so as soon as he gets back, I'll tell him.
So I'm going to open up with this. Tell Macho Man I need to put this on screen.
Okay.
Okay? And then I want to send the video or check.
I'll do the video one this time. Hey, Dr. Dan, where can people buy that shot for baby book or whatever? I don't know, someone's asking. You know, the shot, how they should take it. For the baby, no shots.
Who was talking?
Yeah.
It's still up, isn't it?
Yeah, I really, someone was asking, Stop and Go Steve. That's where they can see it.
It's him talking. I believe it's still up.
Him talking, is that John?
For everyone on your list. Don't miss the action. Up to 50% off Cyber Monday deal for 2 days only.
Tonight.
What's your parents? Also another question from.
Let's get our thumbs up. Let's get our thumbs up.
Ivermectin. 0.4 milligrams per kilogram per day for 5 days.
What does a kilogram equal in what?
2.2 pounds.
2.2 pounds?
Yep.
Hey, Dan, I caught your joke about he's come a long way, just so you know.
I saw you smile.
I was like, oh, yeah, he did that on purpose.
So you take your weight and divide it by 2.2?
Yes.
And that would be your kilograms?
You trying to go by kilograms because it's a smaller number?
Yeah, it's much better.
89 kilograms?
Yeah,
so what is your...
You're about 140, aren't you?
No, less than that, 136.
I just told everybody your weight.
What's it, 1 milligram per kilogram?
For what?
For ivermectin.
It's 0.4 milligrams per kilogram.
0.4 milligrams per kilogram.
So you multiply your kilograms by 0.4.
So if I'm 136, I need 54. I need 54 milligrams?
Yeah, I'd probably round that down to 50, but yes.
No,
because I want to do a parasitic cleanse.
Okay.
One of these days.
Then arguably you would add the bendazole like 250 a day.
Yeah. I'll get it from you one of these days.
Okay.
All right, Lemon, I'm coming with Simon.
If I gotta call you the police.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, all at the Bubba Army, now returns.
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army. As you know, I do one-on-one podcasts. Not only do I do the after show on Monday with Kush and Lummy, but then on Tuesday I do a podcast with Seth Kushner called Klim Kush. I got one scheduled that came from Matt Cox on Friday that I'm going to do, and then I got another one that I'm working on that I might do on Wednesday. I got, from the guy who had the white van speaker scam to the Madam of Manhattan who ran the #1 hooker business, to a guy that got put in jail for killing his wife's lover, to just all types of different walks of life that have done me, and it's just me and them in our little podcast setting. And one of my favorite, and the one that's gotten the most views so far, is Tom Simon, the former FBI agent of, I think, 20 plus years, that we kind of got into my stuff and his FBI perspective on my stuff. But I'm going to have him later this month, and we're going to get into more of his stories. and some of the things that he was involved in and some of the busts and white-collar crimes that he did over the years. And when he's on Matt Cox, he always plays like a little game. You know, he kind of takes over the show. And so he has 300 and I think 313 or 331,000 followers on Instagram. That's where he distributes a lot of his material. And every day, Monday through Friday, he's got an update of a scam or somebody that he put in prison, or, you know, it's under, if you're looking for it on Instagram, it's under Simon Investigations. SIMON Investigations. Simon Investigations. And he has a daily piece that he puts up. And I told him that I'd start playing it and promoting it for him being on the show. And again, he's got a huge following on Instagram, and I find his stuff fascinating. And it's quick. I think, what are they, 2 minutes, Lummy?
About that, yeah.
They're about 2 minutes, and he gives you like a scam or, you know, some type of fraudulent type deal that he was either part of or just went down. So here's today's installment of Simon Investigations. You can find this on Instagram. Tom Simon
provides health insurance to current and former NBA players and their families. After his college career at the University of Louisville,
I think I should need to restart this, Lummy. I think I caught it. Maybe caught it. Let me see. Boom. Okay. It's Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is a bitch.
Instagram is a bitch. All right, here we go. Oh, you mother effer. Okay, here we go.
Provides health insurance to current and former NBA players and their families. After his college career at the University of Louisville, Terrence Williams played for the Houston Rockets, the Brooklyn Nets, the Sacramento Kings, and the Boston Celtics. He also orchestrated a scheme to defraud the NBA health plan of over $2.5 million. Here's how he did it. Williams recruited a chiropractor and a dentist to submit false invoices to the NBA health plan, seeking reimbursement for work that was never done. Williams also recruited other NBA players to submit false claims in the same manner. The co-conspirators paid Williams financial kickbacks for his help in facilitating this insurance fraud. Co-conspirators included former Utah Jazz coach Keon Dooling, LA Lakers Shannon Brown, and LA Clippers Darius Miles and Allen Anderson. Then it got weird. Williams created a fake email address pretending to be the administrator of the NBA health plan. He then emailed the dentist who had been helping him rip off the plan. The emails assessed a fine against that dentist in the amount of $346,000 for not prosecuting the dentist for the false invoices.
So hold on. He had the dentist that was working with him on the scam, but then he became like he was the commissioner.
Then he scammed the dentist.
Then he scammed then he went to the dentist and said, "We got you on a scam. Pay a $346,000." He's almost double dipping on the scamming, isn't he?
He is. He's a gangster, dude.
Yeah.
He's a gangster, but I tell you what, he should go to jail.
Hold on. He's a gangster until Tom Simon starts sniffing around.
That's right.
Then you're in trouble.
And the dumb dentist paid the fine that went right into Williams' pocket. Well, of course he got caught and the FBI arrested him. While out on bond awaiting trial, Williams sent text messages to witnesses threatening them to not cooperate with the investigation.
Witness tampering.
And trust me, that never goes well. Williams pled guilty to fraud and identity theft charges and was just sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Can you imagine 10 years of your life in prison? Man,
no.
When you were a former NBA guy, made probably all kinds of money. Even Seth, the jobbers make like $1.5 million, don't they? Like the 12, like the guy that's 11th man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Government seized $650,000 of his assets, and he has to pay restitution in the amount of $2.5 million when he gets out of federal prison. The other players involved all received reduced sentences for their cooperation against Williams because it's better to be on the government bus than under it. And
they go to the people that were working with him and say, "Listen, homeboy is getting ready to do 10, but we need your testimony. Now you can do 7, or you can do probation in 6 months, but you got to tell us everything you know." And they lay down.
Every time.
It's better to be on the government bus than under it.
That's how it works. Please subscribe for daily crime stories. Have a great day and be cool.
All right, man. So anyway, go check out
the NBA provides health.
Go check out Tom's Instagram page It's Simon Investigations on Instagram, and he's got daily updates of stuff like that. I didn't know that story.
No.
I didn't know that story at all. Here's one for you, Dan. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. I don't know if they're backtracking. I don't know what they're doing on the vaccinations, but I think they have figured out that the COVID vaccination might not have been what they thought it was going to be.
Tonight, the FDA claiming without evidence that COVID shots are linked to at least 10 children's deaths and vowing new vaccine rules because of it.
I know somebody that's sitting right across from me right now that was warning people not to get the shot. Yeah. And we got suspended off of almost every major. Why do you think we not? Why do you think that we really don't promote our Twitch that much? We started our whole visual platform in 2017 on Twitch, and that's where we exclusively ran the show for I don't know how many years. And Dan was being a doctor, and Dan was not part of the the sheep, follow the leader, just trust what the government tells you, get every shot, every booster, get everything known to man. Dan was part of, a 500 or 600 doctor massive email chain, doctors from Harvard and Cornell and just out of the box thinking doctors that were questioning this big FDA vaccination push. And they collectively through, hey, I did this and it worked, I did that and it didn't work, through their experiences and dealing with COVID, had kind of roughed in a concoction that was very effective and didn't require getting a vaccination, and it all surrounded around, for the most part, ivermectin.
Well, it started off with hydroxychloroquine, and what the group did originally, Bubba, was they looked at the data and the studies that had been done prior to the emergency, prior to the pandemic. And so, they'd been doing research with a coronavirus and things to treat it for 20 years prior to the pandemic. So they started looking at that, and then they were looking at the papers that the media was saying, this is what this paper is saying. And if you looked at the paper and read the research, it was saying something completely different. And I became suspicious. I became suspicious
that any of you guys said anything and had any type of platform, because they were shutting you down. You were the devil.
It was a DOD. It was a DOD operation, and so what people don't realize
Department of Defense?
The Department of Defense ran our COVID response, so it was done like gangsters. And anyone that disagreed, like you said, Bubba, was just wiped off the face of the earth.
Weren't you threatened?
Yes.
With losing your medical license in the state of Florida, and you were threatened. You couldn't get pharmacists to write your prescriptions. You had to go to compounding pharmacies.
It was disgusting, Bubba.
To a drug like ivermectin that's been around since the 50s and won a Nobel Peace Prize, a Nobel Peace Prize, and has so many different good qualities and things that it can help, and have been around since the 50s, had now been because it was showing. It was effectiveness against COVID in conjunction with, this other cocktail that you and the doctors had come up with: zinc, deoxycycline, just a couple other things, and basically prior to COVID, you could write all the ivermectin that you wanted. Nobody ever, In fact, Krista was on it for one of her.
She was on the hydroxychloroquine, and so the thing was that my mom was on hydroxychloroquine for years for arthritis, and so I knew lots of people. Pitty's wife was. There are lots of people that had been on that drug for years without any concerns about ST abnormalities or conduction delays or any of the other BS they were calling about, like, oh, hydroxychloroquine's so dangerous, you gotta be really careful with it. But the surfers knew it was BS because they've been taking hydroxychloroquine to go on surf trips to, like, Africa and in Asia for years without any of those warnings. So all these like new warnings on hydroxychloroquine was suspicious. The article in Nature magazine about the origin of COVID, suspicious. And then the other thing is mRNA vaccines have never worked. They've been trying to push those things for 25 years, and every time they do it with lab animals, the lab animals all die.
And so
let's like, okay, let's just take this technology that's never worked and give it to 4 billion people.
And most drugs, whether it's an aspirin or something very, very aggressive, take 7 to 11 years of clinical trials with blind placebos and just like, it takes a lot to get FDA approved. And it's my understanding, and you'll probably have far more information, that this got greenlit. No, very little trials.
It's approved before the trials. They approved it before the trials. Just as long as the trial didn't show that people were turning to stone, then they let it go.
They said, "Hey, listen, Purdue, what were the others? Moderna, Pfizer, just come up with some type of juju juice, some mojo juice that we can just shoot in people's arms and make the boogeyman go away." When real doctors had a real concoction that really did work, and every one of those doctors damn near were no longer doctors. We were suspended off of our various platforms for 2 weeks because I had a doctor, Dr. Dan, that was basically giving you his success rate on an unconventional way to fight COVID. Mm-hmm. He wasn't making stuff up. He wasn't saying, so I've been told by this coroner. No, he was like, I have had 300 patients and 300 have gotten better. And here's what I've used, A, B, C, and D. And A, B, C, and D was not the way the federal government wanted me to talk about it.
Because their precious emergency use authorization, which allowed them to bypass all those studies, was in jeopardy if there was an alternative therapy. So they had to fight and say there's no alternative therapy. We have to have this emergency vaccine today. And that's what happens when you rush things.
And they whipped it up. Hold on.
In an internal memo obtained by NBC News, the director of the FDA...
So hold on. Let's not forget how this opened up. This opened up with they have proven, or there is data, that 10 children died from the vaccination.
You think it's only 10?
Well, that's what they're starting with. I would say that they need to get somebody out there and power wash their sign. I mean, that's a little bit, let me see the mold on that. That's my sign. I'm like, what in the hell?
It's penicillin growing.
The FDA.
That's where they get their penicillin strand.
Yeah, the mold off the sign.
We're down on penicillin. Go out to the side and take a scraper. Scrape up that penny.
Tonight, the FDA claiming without evidence that COVID shots are linked to at least 10 children's deaths.
Without evidence. That's such a disingenuous thing to throw in there. Without evidence.
Let me play.
There is evidence.
Let me play.
They got it off of data.
Let me play it one more time.
FDA claiming without evidence that COVID shots are linked to at least 10 children's deaths.
All right, so hold on. Why would the FDA claim anything without evidence? Why would you make any statement?
It's all evidence. The evidence is the reporting.
If you got 10 kids that are dead, that's evidence. Now, it's maybe not your opinion that they died of the COVID shot, but why would you even, why would this statement doesn't even make sense?
Without evidence that COVID shots are linked to at least 10 children's deaths and vowing new vaccine rules because of it.
All right, do we have 10 dead kids?
Yeah.
Okay, so did those 10 dead kids take the shot?
Yeah.
Okay, where's not the evidence?
It's evidence. It should be studied more closely. It's evidence.
Why wouldn't they say there are 10 children that have died? Oh, and by the way, they got the vaccine. We're looking into it. That's more transparent than opening up with this, right?
Tonight, the FDA claiming without evidence that COVID shots are linked to at least 10 children's deaths and vowing new vaccine rules because of it. In an internal memo obtained by NBC News, the director of the FDA's vaccine division, Dr. Vinay Prasad,
has Fauci been thrown on his ass? Is he done?
Oh, he's retired.
Yeah, he retired.
He's retired.
He got pardoned.
Are they gonna
and pardoned?
Hold on, pardoned by whom?
Biden,
autopen.
And what was he facing?
But they just did a blanket pardon so that people wouldn't mess with them. You just did a blanket pardon for any and all activities.
alleges no fewer than 10 deaths reported to the agency between 2021 and 2024 were related to the COVID vaccine.
If anything, it appears 10 deaths of children.
Let me just rewind this here. Hold on here, because if anything, this represents a conservative coding where vaccines were exculpated. Is that the right word? Exculpated rather than indicted.
Exculpated. So what they're saying
rather
is
than indicated.
What they're saying is they have 96 dead kids, and 10 of those 96 are like, this is definitely the shot. The other 86 are they're looking at it in a light most favorable to the vaccine. So if you look at it in a light more detrimental to the vaccine, they could have said there were 30 deaths related, but they were as conservative as possible, saying of these 96 deaths, 10 were definitely the vaccine.
If anything, this represents conservative coding, meaning when they wrote the cause of death via a medical code, they were on the conservative side of not blaming COVID. Or the
vaccine.
Or the vaccine.
Correct. Exactly. They're trying to do everything they can to help protect the vaccine, and they still found 10 deaths.
Were related to the COVID vaccine.
It appears 10 deaths of children from the COVID shot. We're going to make that information available. Those cases were
Who's this dude?
reviewed.
The memo did not include the children's ages or medical history, did not identify the vaccine manufacturer, and these findings have not been published in a peer-reviewed journal.
Well, if you got 10 dead kids, wouldn't you think that all of this information is very pertinent?
Yes.
An HHS spokesperson did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Experts maintain COVID vaccines are safe.
Parents can be confident in the safety of the COVID-19 vaccines.
But now, Dr. Prasad says the agency will change how it evaluates vaccines, including revising the annual flu vaccine framework. The memo says pneumonia vaccine makers will have...
Do you know that I've never got a flu shot?
Good, because they're useless. They're absolutely useless.
Ever got a flu shot, and anytime I've gotten the flu, I just just get through it.
You could just take Tamiflu.
Right.
If they took 2,000 people, and 1,000 of them got the flu shot, and the other 1,000 didn't get the flu shot but just took Tamiflu, that group, the second group, would do better. They've done the study.
Hold on, and would build natural antibodies against the flu. Naturally.
Yeah, but the flu changes every year, so you can build up your antibodies, and like it's a different one next year.
But
it's close.
Right.
To show
if
their
close,
products
you're stronger.
Reduce pneumonia rather than create antibodies alone.
They can just make it not a very good business proposition, and people will stop making vaccines.
The American Academy of Pediatrics.
He just highlighted the whole thing. We just grazed right over it.
They can just make it.
Let the guy say it, then you tell us what he's saying. Okay,
they already said it.
Me and Lemmy are stupid.
They can just make it not a very good business proposition, and people will stop making vaccines.
What did he just say?
Before that, he said they weren't testing to see if these vaccines reduced your likelihood of getting the disease. They just showed that you can produce antibodies. Producing antibodies is a useless endpoint because antibodies can be effective or they can be useless. And what they were doing with the COVID vaccine is like, okay, they gave it to these 5 mice and they produced antibodies. Okay, it works. That's not a valid test to see if it works. And when you looked at the COVID vaccine, in most people, I'm not talking about people over 65 or people under 10, I'm talking with the most people, COVID vaccine did nothing to prevent transmission, did nothing to prevent you from getting it, and arguably it didn't really do much to prevent you from being hospitalized.
Vaccines.
The American Academy of Pediatrics telling us tonight they are concerned that the newly proposed requirements could limit children's access to safe, proven vaccines.
First of all, I mean, we come from the understanding and school of Dr. Dan Diaco where we shouldn't be jabbing our kids full of a bunch of vaccines anyway.
Right.
Including, hepatitis and all this kind of nonsense, HPV.
And do you know why the president of the American Academy of Pediatrics is saying this? Because that is the only way they make money is vaccines. It's greed. It's disgusting.
In the pediatric world, you're right. There's not a lot of ways as a pediatric doctor to make money. So you're in the vaccination business.
That's all they do. What else do they do? Measure your height, measure your weight, and then have you had your shots yet? I mean, in the old days when you had a kid that was sick and they didn't have a walk-in clinic every 2 blocks, you had to take it to the pediatrician.
Now
that doesn't happen anymore.
Now if your kid falls off his bike and rips open his leg and he needs 9 stitches, you just take him to the emergency room.
Yeah, or the urgent cares.
Or the urgent care.
Or just go on YouTube and they'll tell you what to do.
You got Sammy biting on a nail with whiskey.
More than 1 million Americans have died from COVID-19, including more than 2,000 children. The memo becoming public just before the CDC Vaccine Advisory Panel is set to discuss the childhood vaccine schedule and hepatitis B shot. Ryan Chandler, NBC News.
That ought to be interesting how that pans out. The CDC is getting ready to, reevaluate the child vaccination schedule, including hepatitis B. And this meeting is getting ready to happen, any time. And like Dan says, I mean, when you have a baby, Lummy, you most recently had the baby just 4 years ago. Don't they want to?
Yes.
By the time they leave the hospital, and I think now, you're in the hospital 2-3 days and you're out?
I think we were 2 days.
2 days?
Yeah.
By the time that baby leaves, they want to jab that baby full of vaccinations, and two of which are hepatitis B and HPV.
Yes, they do.
And that is...
They were trying to do HPV?
They were trying to do all types of stuff.
I don't know if HPV. I don't know if HPV's in there. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But I know that hepatitis B.
Yeah, so that's the one they want to give at birth.
The only way a person, a human being, let alone a baby, gets hepatitis B is if you're sharing needles, like you're a junkie and you're sharing needles. Pamela Anderson got it from Tommy Lee for sharing a tattoo needle. Again, so if you're
I thought Kid Rock gave it to her.
No, it was
she gave it to Kid Rock.
Yeah, she gave it to Kid Rock.
What a hoe.
Originally, Tommy Lee had it. Tommy Lee from what I've been told,
back when you could trace hepatitis, the good old days.
Yeah.
She had hepatitis C, by the way, not B.
Okay, so anyway, but she got it supposedly, I've been told, she got it from sharing a tattoo needle with Tommy Lee. She then gave it to Kid Rock. But you don't have to worry about hepatitis if you're not sharing needles or having anal sex.
Or if your mom has it, you could arguably get it during delivery.
Okay.
That's the other three. But if the mom doesn't have it, there's no risk.
I do remember this. When Tyler was being born, his mother, Jenna, I was at the hospital, and they did a big blood panel on her to make sure she didn't have anything like hepatitis and STDs or anything like that. And if your mom's clean, then you're good. But if not, then I think they have to vaccinate.
That made sense. And that makes sense.
And of course, she was clean, and we didn't have to poke Tyler full of a bunch of stuff. And at that, I was hanging with the Diacos back in the day, and I did the two and talking. I absolutely delayed getting Tyler vaccinated as long as I could, and when I did, I would do it. It was kind of a pain in the ass. I'd go in like on a Monday, and he'd get one, and then we would go back like on the next Monday. Mondays were like our shot day, and before I would go to work, I'd take him with Jenna, and he'd get and we had to do like 10 visits to get all of his vaccination in, but he never took more than one, and he was never sick, and I don't think he's autistic.
Nope.
Maybe his father, but not me. I mean, but not him. So don't when you have a baby and they want to start jabbing him full of vaccinations. Dan, you have the right to tell him no, don't you? I mean, Lummy, you most recently we said no.
Yeah, we said no.
None.
We
Zero.
We're going to talk to our doctor, Dr. Dan.
Yeah, we're talking to our doctor. Hello, who's this? Yes, you're on the air. Bluetooth, gear jamming, Jake breaking, and not paying attention. Your time is done. Jeez. See you later. Hello.
That person had COVID 4 times, I bet.
Hey, Bubba.
Yeah, they did. And they gave their baby the hepatitis B shot second day out.
Oh, my God.
Hello, go ahead. You're on the air, sir.
Hey, good morning, y'all. I have a question for Dr. Dan. It's a health question. So I'm calling about my mother. She actually uses a lot of goodies, and she's under the impression that there's no major long-term effects from usage of goodies? And when I say a massive amount, I'm saying like 5 a day for the last, I don't know, 5 or 10 years.
So you're talking about the Goodies aspirin powder?
Yeah, like the orange ones. She's addicted to the orange-flavored ones.
Okay. The problem with the powder is that it is irritating to your stomach. And so people that take a lot of aspirin tend to get a lot of gastritis or ulcers.
I had I had bad gas this week. I was farting everywhere.
So what the answer that they've done for most people is they coat aspirin with a little coating so it goes past your stomach before it breaks down, so it doesn't chew up your stomach. But if you're just doing straight Goodies powder, that's going to irritate your stomach over time, and so that's the big risk. I mean, taking, I think all adults should take a baby aspirin a day, but a Goodies is 325. A baby aspirin is only 81 milligrams, and so most people are taking too much aspirin. Does that answer your question?
Is there anything else that you could recommend?
Yeah, a baby aspirin, a coated baby aspirin a day is what she should do, and not take the Goodies anymore.
Okay, just one of those?
One baby aspirin a day.
They're these teeny tiny little 81 milligram willies, and they are,
coated, so they don't chew up your stomach. They go into your small bowel before they dissolve, and they help prevent you from getting heart attacks and clots in your legs. A baby aspirin a day.
The downside is they do thin your blood
a little,
and they could make it like as your mom gets older, she can bruise easy, and sometimes even a little scrape or something, it takes forever to get it to coagulate. But other than that, the advantages far outweigh the disadvantages. And as you get older, taking a daily baby Bayer 81 milligram coated aspirin, a lot of doctors recommend that.
And the problem with the higher dose is it changes when it stops. At low dose, it stops something called thromboxane. At a high dose, it stops something called cyclooxygenase. And so you want the low dose because the low dose is better at stopping the clotting. If you take the high dose, you kind of remove the benefits you take.
All right, bud.
Is there anything that you would recommend for her to take for the pain other than the Goodies?
For pain?
What kind of pain she got?
She has lower back pain.
Yeah, osteobiflex. Osteobiflex double strength.
The only bad thing about those is those pills are big.
And they're expensive. But it's as good as taking Motrin without chewing up your stomach.
Okay.
All right, bud. Thank you. I just got a really bad text from Darren Kearns.
Oh, no.
I didn't know that he listened to the show. He said, keep my name out of your mouth. I'm still in the business.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry, Darren.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Yelling. I take Goodies in the morning. I take Goodies at night.
Dr. Dan, your shake's here. The guy's pouring it, I think.
It's Cyber Monday, 90% off my OnlyFans.
Hey, Bubba.
Yes.
If Jay's not here at exactly 8:30, can I still leave like at 8:25?
Whatever you want, anybody. Are you you got a medical depot?
No, it's out of court.
Oh.
I'm the target.
But hold on. What time's your court date?
9.
Might want to leave
8:15.
Yeah, just because traffic gets like to be a month. You don't want to get fucking
late.
You want to be 10 minutes early and calm as a cucumber than rushing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So let's call it 8:15. We'll break at 8:15.
Okay.
And then you get out because.
Do you want my courts for? Sprinkler violation.
For real.
I swear to fucking God. I had to fuck up my day over a sprinkler fine. And they pinned me into a mandatory court date too. Something that I could take care of it. Like they waited 3 months to tell me about it, and they said, "Oh, now you have to go to court."
How much? What's the fine you're fighting?
It's a couple $100. It's not that though. It's
the like, principal.
It's because they start because first fine, second fine, third fine. It's they start stacking them, and I've been in this property over 20 years. We've never had a fine, and it's 3 addresses with 1 well, and we just had $60,000 of landscaping done, and so that's the exception, and so they can fuck off.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Is this one of those that they record on closed circuit?
I hope so.
Is this one of those things where you're gonna lunge at the judge? What's up, Dirt Merchant, Berto, John Costica, Pickleville, Pappy Jasper?
Razuka, 8 months.
Fucking watering caper.
Judge Judy might be handling it.
She's tied with Dr. Dan.
We gotta
Uh-oh, we got a what? We got a what?
Is your home looking a little weathered? Transform your home's curb appeal with durable, beautiful fiber cement and vinyl siding from Morgan Exteriors. For a limited time, get 35% off your entire siding project. Enjoy long-lasting, low-maintenance protection with siding built to stand up to Florida's toughest storms, heat, and humidity. Don't wait. Visit MorganExteriorsInc.com today to schedule your free consultation and lock in your 35% off savings. Morgan Exteriors, making Florida homes stronger and more energy efficient for over 30 years.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. Now returns.
Dr. Dan's got court today over some sprinkler high spot. Is this your HOA?
No, it's a city.
Really?
Yeah, I have to see a judge.
And this is like
over sprinkling.
And I
have a well.
And they're accusing you of what?
Sprinkling on an off day.
And you have a well.
Yeah.
But does that matter?
It should. It does to some extent. But what really matters more is that I had recent landscaping done, and I have 3 addresses with 1 system.
Oh, which at that point you
they should just leave me alone. Just keep my name out the mouths.
Keep my name out your mouth, Your Honor.
Are they trying to shake you down?
Yep.
The city.
Yeah.
That's Tampa.
You can't fight City Hall.
Yeah, well, you can.
And you're going to try.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go to jail, can you?
No.
Okay, I didn't know if you refused to pay. I didn't know what happened.
Well,
I see Dan really taking a stand on this one.
Well, I'm taking a stand. I'm taking a grandstand.
Hold on. That's why he's going to court all suited up, because most people just lay down and pay the fine.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying if it doesn't go his way, they might have to yoke him out of there.
Well, you mean the bailiff get involved?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I just see him hold him. I'm saying one of those things
Dan
where he
could be
jumps the table and goes after the judge.
Dan could be a lunger.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Dan could be a lunger.
Yeah, and he's quick. Like I don't think they would get to him in time.
I know.
No, they wouldn't get to me in time, but I would never lunge.
Listen, the worst case scenario is the judge agrees with the city, and you got to pay your stupid $200 fine.
Right, exactly.
I mean,
that's the worst that could possibly happen.
That's the worst. Okay, let me let you.
That's gonna really make me cry all day too.
And you know what you should do? What I did this one time. It actually changed the legal landscape of family law in Florida. When it was all said and done, I owed Jenna's attorney $5,500. I fought it and fought it and fought it. And Regina Hunter was my attorney. She's like, the longer that you fight this, the more that the $5,500 goes up. You legitimately owe it to her, and the longer you fight it, the more it's just going to be. You're going to incur more court costs. Blah 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 blah.
What'd you do? Pay him in all pennies?
Yep.
Did you?
Yep.
Oh wow.
And since that happened. Gina has told me that a lot of attorneys, when the other party owes them, mandatory money that they have to pay, will put like put cashier's check provisions or drafted on a financial instrument, which means a check. Like they've.
Will they take a Bitcoin?
No
Bitcoin.
So me and Coco. I went and got $5,700 worth of pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. And I got I think it might have ended up being 5 or 6, maybe 7 Home Depot 5-gallon buckets.
Oh.
Then, Lummy, I went and got glue spray-on adhesive. You get 3M adhesive that you'd hang up like maybe you'd lay down before you put some fiberglass insulation down, just enough to hold it in there before you put the drywall on. Just a mild they have like a mild adhesive. And I'd put a layer of pennies in, then I'd spray a layer of adhesive, then I'd put in nickels, then I'd spray a layer of adhesive, then I'd put in pennies, then I'd spray a layer of adhesive, and I'd put in quarters, then I'd put in dimes, and so the attorney that I finally had to pay was on Central Avenue in St. Pete, and we loaded up my truck, the truck that I had at the time, me and Coco and Craig the Bulldog. And we drove down to her office, and it took both of us 2 trips. So I had 2, I think that might have been 6 buckets. Maybe Craig did 3. I think maybe 7. And we came in, and now do you know how heavy a 5-gallon bucket full of change is? It's heavy. I mean,
imagine just 50 pounds, right? 40 pounds, 50 pounds. It's got to be.
Yeah. So I walked into the front. I opened the door up. I used one of the containers of coins to keep the door propped, and we just very efficiently, like almost a pit crew from NASCAR, got all of the coins, laid them out in the lobby. Then, Dan, I went and got my Bank of America receipt of where I withdrew $5,700 of coins. I got that receipt, the transactional receipt that they'll give you of what you withdrew. And listen, I included $200 extra for spillage, but they couldn't even go and run them through a Coinstar machine because they were all stuck together. I mean, they were all literally the top layer wouldn't stick, but everything from that layer on down was stuck together. I don't know how they did it. I can't. You're right. I wasted more time than it was worth, but boy, it was satisfying.
Sounds satisfying. It sounds fun.
But I don't even know how they even, Lummy, how would they, I don't even know how they would unstick the coins.
Almost soak them in
they maybe had to go,
solvent.
Maybe they had to soak them or maybe power wash them.
Yeah.
Or something, but oh man.
Man, they were probably pissed they had to take it to Coinstar. They take an extra 13% off the top right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard telling.
They take 13% to count your coins?
I think
Coinstar
does.
they take some cash.
They take at least 10.
Oh, yeah.
So Seth, I think Seth sent this to me. Did you send this to me where Bret Hart now? Let me, you know what? We might be able to get Bret Hart because he hates Hogan so much.
Oh, he hates everybody and everything. I think he only likes Rey Mysterio, and that's it.
Yeah, and we're hated.
Of course.
I know that you've tried to get Jim Cornette and
a bunch of wrestlers.
And has it gotten worse since the Hogan death?
Oh yeah.
Since I'm the one, and here's the deal.
You're a POS.
But here's the deal. Was I wrong?
No. You weren't wrong.
I mean, we were dead on.
Man, I hate that I'm a...
They don't see it that way in their head.
What do they see?
Oh, they just see you're a dick.
That I was a dick. That I basically was calling it. I was doing play-by-play as it was happening.
Yeah, because they're all on the Eric Bischoff bandwagon, where you're just you were riding Hogan's coattails the whole time, all the way until his death.
Right.
Yeah, I got that from a couple people.
I was riding Hogan's coattails clear up until his death.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Did you hear what Flair said?
No. Yeah. How about that? Let me find that for me. Flair was on a podcast, and that would also, Seth, lead to, remember when I was speculating how much opioids he was being given by that one particular doctor?
You threw a lot of theories out there, but this the one of the crazier ones that I thought Flair seems to be backing up.
That, street drugs or getting...
Flair said his doctor cut him off. He said Hogan's doctor cut him off from pain meds.
He did.
And that he had to go to the street.
I know somebody in the Clearwater Police Department. Obviously, I know a lot of people that this case still isn't closed. And did I not say that, was it Fitzgerald or Fitzgibbon?
Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Dr. Fitzgerald.
Didn't I say, towards the latter part of this whole thing, I think I said that it's been rumored that Fitzgerald has cut him off and has not prescribed anything. And I know somebody that's investigating this, one of the detectives, and is it Fitzgerald?
Fitzgerald, yeah.
Fitzgerald to clear his, I wouldn't say good name, but to clear his name, he hadn't prescribed Hogan any pain pills or anything for well over a year. So we were wrong on that. But Hogan was getting them somewhere.
Well, you did say that you thought that he was getting them off the street.
Some Venezuelan fentanyl?
Yeah.
No, but hold on. Let me see if, not right now.
Yeah.
But maybe you and Gary can find that rant where I was saying that he was getting them from the streets, and then we can make that a reel almost, where we back it with Flair on the podcast.
Was that June 18th? Never forget. Was that the day?
No, it was a little after that. It was in July.
But anyway, let me find it and then piece that next together to the Flair podcast that I think Seth came out late last week, where Flair was saying that street drugs killed Hogan.
I sent you his latest tweet that he said about, I know it's not him talking, I'm going to try to find that, but he kind of came back on his comments.
There seems to be some controversy over my remarks that street drugs killed Hulk Hogan. He did say that. He did say that on a podcast. I know that. I don't know if that's been pulled. I don't know if you can find it, but we're going to do our damnedest to find it. I was only repeating what I know to be a fact through family members. After 11 back surgery, hip replacements, knee replacement, shoulder replacement, and 2 neck surgeries, I'm sure the pain was unbearable. A doctor, as I know, can only prescribe so much pain medication under the medical guidelines. I've been told that all they did was to help him. All they did was to help him, not to hurt him. To help him get through the night and the pain. Eventually, that catches up with you, as we know, with everybody. He was my friend, a man I respected, and I'm only reporting what I've been told. Nobody's getting on Ric Flair when Flair says that through family members and other connections, he was told Hogan was on illicit drugs, just like I said it.
Well, look, his first sentence is there seems to be some controversy. So, I mean, he's catching enough heat to where he had to go to Twitter, which probably isn't easy for him to do.
Let me
somebody had to proofread this.
Let me see if you can.
I sent the podcast. I'm trying to find.
Oh, you did? You did?
I sent you the podcast that he was on, but it's a 59-minute podcast.
Rushmore type legend.
Oh, everybody stole that from me.
What?
The Mount Rushmore gimmick.
Oh yeah.
I've been doing that since the Sirius XM days.
Did this guy pay Rick? What's Ric Flair's interview rate? Isn't it 30?
It's a good amount of money.
30 grand?
Oh my God.
It's like 15, I think.
He
right?
wanted 25. He wanted 25,000 to come to the premiere.
If you,
no, for real.
And that was a family deal.
And that was a family deal through Brooke. Brooke called him for me.
If you
Brooke called him, and then Matt Heller called him. He wouldn't even talk to Brooke because he knew Brooke and I were friends. Matt Heller, who's a very dear friend of mine, said, "Rick, would you go to this premiere?" And he goes, "Not a chance in hell." So that comes back to me. Matt Heller says he's so mad at you and he hates you so much that no.
Boogie Pants hates you?
Yeah.
Ric Flair.
Why?
Just
you've never gone after him.
Dan,
it doesn't matter. It's the whole thing
Dan,
about Bubba and Hogan.
Dan, Lummy has tried to reach out to all these wrestlers to get them on a podcast, and I am. What's that called? Something non grata?
Persona non grata?
I'm persona non grata. They hate me. And I don't know why they hate me, because I didn't say anything that wasn't the truth.
Go to 4035.
I didn't say anything that was the truth. And do they hate me because I was dead on? I mean, I was dead balls on?
Yeah. That's why.
Uber over there or get a limo and
This has 1 million views already in 8 days.
everything. There's so much right here.
Yeah, it's all right here.
So this must be at his must be at his apartment, because he lives right across the street from Bouillon.
Yeah, he lives downtown.
He lives right across the street from Bouillon, and he goes into Bouillon daily and says hi to Jeff. And he's like Norm at Cheers at Bouillon.
Is this with Neon? Is this Neon on this podcast, Lummy?
This is a double coverage podcast.
Okay.
Called what?
Double coverage podcast.
What type of following they got?
They now have 131,000.
Well, because of this.
Man, it's
Here we go.
You got Wagon Mama.
We got what?
It is Neon.
It is Neon. Okay,
Yeah.
he's very popular.
You've got Balon. You've got the Pearl. There's a lot going on right here in this area.
Yeah. So you keep it simple.
Yeah.
Another wrestler, another Mount Rushmore type legend who resided in the Tampa area, Hulk Hogan, passed away.
I talked to him at the age where he died. I shouldn't say this, but what killed him was street drugs.
But nobody really pressed him.
What?
Nobody pressed him. Like, he just put it out there.
Yeah.
It just.
Here we go.
Another wrestler, another Mount Rushmore type legend.
Gary, man, put this together with me and my allegations,
And Flair.
and then Flair.
You know, whenever someone says I shouldn't say this, then don't say it.
Died in the Tampa area, Hulk Hogan passed away.
I talked to him at the age where he died. I shouldn't say this, but what killed him was street drugs. When the doctor wouldn't prescribe anymore, he was in so much pain. Then he had that neck surgery, and it got infected. So back in the hospital, mentioned 10 back surgeries, 2 knees, 2 hips.
Now, if you remember, he didn't die when he was in the hospital, because they can administer morphine and they can administer, Dan, all sorts of things professionally as you need it while you're there at the hospital, controlled.
Controlled professional, just like you said.
Right, controlled professional.
Out of a bottle.
They can get you out of a bottle. They can put it in your drip. They can put it intravenously. There's several.
Monitoring.
Yeah, several. You're being monitored. If you get in the woods, they have every possible instrument to get you out of the woods. If you start having, where it's starting
an
to kill you.
overdose.
Yeah, they got Narcan, whatever.
all this, and then
That's why he died when he went home. That's why that's why he died when he went home. They could keep him comfortable and alive at the hospital. But the minute he went home, he couldn't get that morphine drip anymore. He couldn't get comfortable. He stayed in a recliner. It's the only way he could sleep. Didn't I say all along that it was an OD?
Yeah, I think we have a clip of that.
Well, Dan, if you die from street drugs, that's an OD.
Usually, yes.
If it's not under a doctor's prescription, if it's not under a doctor's care, and you've done it on your own, and you've gone off the grid, meaning off your doctor's grid and your doctor's care now, and you kill yourself. I mean, you take copious amounts of drugs that are not prescribed to you. That's called killing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't get a wrestler to talk to me. I am the absolute number one dick ever to live in the pro wrestling business because I absolutely. Now, Ric Flair says it, and, everybody, he's going to get 250,000 views today. I say it as it's happening, boots on the ground, real-time reporting, and I'm the dick.
Maybe you should slow your words and act like you're drunk.
Here we go. We got to hit this, and you got to go.
When the doctor would not prescribe any more pain medicine.
And here's the deal, Dan. If the investigation's still open, much like the Matthew Perry deal, who gave them to him?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Ronnie?
Mm-hmm.
Was it
the therapists?
Was it the therapists?
Was it his ex?
Was
or
it
his wife?
Was it
his
anybody
widow?
related to him?
They just couldn't do it in all due conscience, right?
Yeah.
So they went and got the drugs off the street.
Mm-hmm.
Who did?
They.
Who did? Hold on.
Just 2 hips, all this, and then when the doctor would not prescribe any more pain medicine.
Yeah.
They just couldn't do it in all due conscience, right?
Right.
Yeah.
What'd they do?
So they went and got the drugs off the street.
Mm-hmm.
His body just said, you know what? Bingo. I can't do it anymore.
I mean, if they convicted the people that gave the fentanyl to Matthew Perry.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't not the fentanyl. It was the
ketamine.
Ketamine, yeah.
From the ketamine queen.
They took the whole operation down.
Yeah, they took it down. They took from the guy that delivered it to the woman that
to like the
shipped it
dentist
in.
that was, giving, yeah.
So why wouldn't you do the same here?
They should.
Yeah.
I sent you 2 clips of yours.
That's terrible.
Yeah, what a great guy.
Wow.
Yeah, all my buddies are going, boy.
Yeah.
This isn't really a high energy podcast.
No.
It's a drunk one.
Oh my God.
Flair stays drunk, Dan. Flair's drunk. I guarantee it's an alcoholic drink in front of him.
All right, Jay's here. I'm tagging out.
No IRS.
All right, good luck, man.
Good luck. Will you text me the outcome?
Yes.
Do I know what?
Remember IRS, Mike Rotundo?
Oh, yeah.
Morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's real sick right now.
Sorry
My
to hear
best friend
that.
just had a stroke.
He's running his mouth too much, man.
Yeah.
He looks like one of those old suits.
Knock on wood,
It looks
guys.
like old suit makeup.
Live it out every day. Serious.
You had a great relationship with Hulk?
Yeah. Yeah. Tremendous.
Yeah.
But
It was a hard-hitting interview.
These guys just, I don't want to mention their names, just reamed them.
What'd he say?
Something about reaming them?
Guys I don't want to mention reamed him.
You had a great relationship with Hulk?
Yeah. Yeah. Tremendous.
Yeah.
But these guys just, I don't want to mention their names, just reamed them.
Reamed him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like, Jay, to me, if you were to do this thorough investigation as to who provided these street-level drugs, it sounds like Rick knows. If I was an investigator, I'd start with Rick, saying, Rick, you say these guys reamed him. and you say street drugs killed him because his doctor couldn't prescribe any more opiate-based drugs, and he had to get him on the streets, and your comment is street drugs killed him and these guys reamed him, then who are you referring to?
Yeah, who are these guys?
Yeah.
It's all going to come out in the media in the next 30 days. You'll read about it anyway. I just don't want. I don't feel free to.
Yeah, no, don't
talk about it.
No, I don't want you to. But I mean, it makes sense.
Lummy, I'm going to start sniffing around.
Might as well.
His body being beat up, the stuff he was doing was superhuman.
Now, Flair says this is coming out in 30 days. Will it exonerate me? Or is it just, nobody wants to give me any due or any credit that I didn't, defame, slander, or anything the great Hulk Hogan or his family or anybody. I just was giving you the honest answers as to what was happening to him medically through great sources. And Jay was with me all along saying, hey, I will accept service for Bubba.
I spoke to the medical examiner.
Diaco law. And if Bubba is so far off base that he's defaming or he's slandering Hogan's great name or your great work, or then serve us notice and we will retract it, apologize, and correct. And I've had to do that over the years. And Jay has received several of 2 or 3 of those notices over the years.
You never retracted those. They were the Phil Campbell ones.
Right. But Jay got them nonetheless.
I got him. Yeah. I've got him.
Jay will accept service for me. And Jay, and every time, and Jay, there'd be many a times where I would go on my Hogan rant and I'd be like, I got my lawyer right here. Serve me. When I would say Hogan's on his deathbed, Hogan had a cardiac arrest, Hogan, this and this. And Jay would be like, hey, listen, if we're wrong, serve us.
And you were never doing anything maliciously or trying to hurt him. You were trying to get information out, about something that was really important to the public. I mean, people love Hulk Hogan. He's an icon of this community. When he disappears from the public eye and you happen to notice it and then you're right about it, it's just a bit frustrating.
And the information I disseminate is correct. If I was so out in left field and what I was saying was so egregiously wrong, trust me, Hogan is very litigious, and Jay would have been served before he got to his office.
For sure.
It's just 10 back surgeries, guys. I mean, come on.
When you're putting Andre the Giant on your back.
Shut up, you dumbass.
He looked that up. He looked that up an hour before the interview.
Yeah, you shut up. He barely got Andre up at WrestleMania 3.
That wasn't what did it.
No.
No, it wasn't that. You know what? You know what caused the back surgeries?
What was it?
Dropping the leg.
Yeah, I could have interviewed Flair far more efficiently by saying, listen, for years, Rick, when I hung out with Terry, he always said, man, I should have come up with a better finish that didn't put so much stress on my lower body. Like anybody would like a flying an axe handle or something off the second where like something that's when you jump up in the air and drop the leg, you're compressing your spine and your hips every time.
There's no real way to make it out of wrestling, though, without injuries. I mean, no matter what your finisher is. I mean,
but some of them are more harder on your body than others. You know what I'm saying?
Every one of his ends in a compression injury.
Right.
When you jump, if you and I jumped up, put a leg up, and landed on our ass,
what scene is finish, Seth?
He does the AA.
Is that where it kind of wraps you up?
He's kind of like a fireman's carry kind of thing, and then he kind of flips you over.
Right. But see, more of that goes on the dude than John.
No trauma on John.
I think.
Yeah, it doesn't look. I mean, John did 2 guys, at SummerSlam this past weekend, but
that sounds interesting.
Rock, Rock didn't wrestle nearly as long as Hogan, but Rock's got that people's elbow, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of requires you to jump on your ass, and that would be a compression deal.
That would cause some stress on the body for sure.
Dropping the leg. I jabbed his bones. That's what did it.
Wow.
I go, hey.
God, this guy doesn't even know anything about wrestling.
If you hadn't insisted on dropping that leg on everybody, you'd be walking around just fine.
But that made him.
I don't even know nothing about wrestling.
That was the funny part of that interview.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I would have thought it was from the
Yeah, because you don't know anything about wrestling, you mark.
Yeah, you never teamed up with the Killer Bees of the Mississippi Territory.
No, you know what? They got doctor told him, said, you how many times you do it? 100,000 times. I mean,
Let me. So anyway, have Gary whip me up something if you could.
Yeah,
we'll
we
come
will.
back with you found a couple incidents of me talking about it.
Well, yeah, opioids, and then also possibly some drugs getting stepped on. Him taking them.
Yeah. And when you're taking street drugs, you don't know how. If I go get some Vicodin or some Somas or some Perks from Walgreens or CVS, I know they're what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. But when you're getting Somas and Percocets and Vicodins and oxycodones and things like that from Guido down at the gym, you don't know what you're getting. You have no idea what you're getting. And all of it's stepped on. They all step on it so that they can make it go further. And
What does that mean? Does that mean it's like
stepped on means that they've cut it up?
Additives and stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they've cut it up and they've added fentanyl or something super cheap that can stretch it further. So, you take one pill, you cut it in half, and you mix, and then you take half of that pill and make another pill.
You're telling me in this whole city that Hulk Hogan lived in for a good portion of his life, he couldn't find one other doctor to do? He had to go to the street?
Yes, because the way the DEA has there is a Dan. I wish Dan was here, but there is a very, 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 very aspect of control now on opioids where they have to put. It's called a triple net. Like Dan's secretary Jennifer. Let's say that Dan just does surgery on a woman today, and maybe a boob reduction. Something where he has to do a lot of cuts, a lot of blood grenades, and she's going to be in an extreme amount of pain for a while. Dan, I think the highest amount Dan can prescribe is like 26.
It's 3 days now. It used to be a week, and it was after Pam Bondi with the pill mill thing.
So what Florida and almost every other state has done is Dan's secretary Jennifer just can't call in 36 Percocets into a legitimate woman who had major surgery on Dan's table the day before, call them in. It has to be a written prescription on a piece of paper that the DEA gets a copy of and given to the pharmacy for them to fill it, and Dan might be able to give them one refill down the line. But there's no refills to begin with.
Maybe he most often has to rewrite a handwritten refill.
Yeah, and then the DEA, Seth, puts in Dan's DEA number, and this woman got X amount of whatever, and then that DEA, and it's all put in a computer system. So when that woman, if she would try to doctor shop and go to another doctor, the minute she would go to the pharmacy, it would pull up what she just got from Dan. Maybe they're a day behind, but I'm saying, you can't doctor shop or do any of that.
Yeah, their system's pretty tight right now.
So you got to go get it from Guido.
Well, Florida was one of the worst states with the pill mill thing.
Oh, the worst. Yeah. The worst.
It's just crazy thinking about just to take the celebrity and all that stuff away. It's just crazy thinking about a 70-year-old guy having to get pills off the street.
I mean, all Hogan had to do was call me.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Got a second for the kitchen? It's all good. But
yeah.
Interesting.
Kitchen it is. Come here. I probably need to listen to those privately before I play them.
Noses. Cluster stock 83 months. Blue Florida Moonshiner 65 months. April Cherry 37 months. And Gazook 80 months. Thank you. Over on the Twitch channel. Green Eye Bandit 88 months. Jay Henny 1966. Whiskey Taco Fart 52 months. Everyone's getting that first of the month. KCUCNK, yay, whatever, 59 months. There you go. Thank you, Dirt Merchant, earlier for your 5 gifted subs. Appreciate it. Yeah, the meat treats have been on this part. You know it. Actually, you should have been talking to, what's his name? Brian Dobbs, since he's in the hospital.
Wow, they even closed the door.
Whoa!
Woo!
Sarge 311, good morning, 78 months. Keeping set the money out.
Wow.
Set the money out. When you see the good deal, man. How much is that tree leaning still? Macho and I worked on it on Wednesday.
What's that?
J-Boy? How much is that tree leaning? Macho and I worked on it on Wednesday.
I don't know, man. I think it looks fine.
We adjusted the top.
I mean, I would really just tell Bubba it's an optical illusion. That it's leaning, and then his brain might have a hard time processing that. Just say there's nothing you can do that will make it straight.
I mean, we literally...
Just tell him it's his eyes.
We spun it, we moved it, we jacked it up.
Like Macho Man's gonna sit there and listen to Bubba talk shit about the tree.
I know. Listen, I went back there and I was like, Macho, and he's like, God damn it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'd love for Bubba to jam up Macho about it. He might get back down real fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna body slam that fucking tree to the ground.
I mean, like, it was funny on Wednesday, like, saying that it was crooked and shit, even though, like, it really wasn't, but I don't think you guys need to fuck with it again.
Well, it looks like after the show today, we'll be getting the ladder all back out there.
Dude, just tell me tomorrow. Just tell me you did it. Just keep telling me to change it every day.
Then he's gonna have us start videoing it. Macho Man's gonna fucking just not come in tomorrow now.
I know, this is
feeling insulted by the tree talk.
It's getting bad.
Yeah, I'm over this shit. What's on the hotline? What's going on one line? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Morning, Dirt Merchant. Good morning, everybody.
Woo! Hi, Seth.
What's up?
A couple of those cars were on my wall as a kid. That Budweiser car, I can't believe that he drives that thing.
So, Lummy?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have to listen to these two privately, so the next break we need to take the hot mic off.
Okay.
Okay?
Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, all at the Bubba Army, now returns.
Lummy, what was the timestamp when Flair brought this out? 40.
Shoot, I got to go back and look. I think it was 40. Give me a second. I wrote it down.
Yeah, go ahead and find it, because I got to tie it all together with my stuff, but I'm going to need another break to prepare.
40:35.
40:35.
Yes.
Okay, hold on here. 40:32. Okay, boom. Let me see here. 40. By the way, Jay, let's set up a lunch ASAP with that dude.
I will.
My good friend, your good friend Jim. That's all I'll say.
For sure.
Seth, did you see that? I would say that Vince McMahon, who is worth, I think, billions of dollars. And Seth, what's your opinion with regards to all these rumors, and you see all these stories and stuff that Vince will be back and all? I don't necessarily believe that. Do you?
No.
But you've seen him, haven't you? We're like, 3 weeks he's coming back, and
I mean, maybe there's fan speculation, but I mean, from what I know, I don't think he's ever going to be seen on TV again.
$3.3 billion.
Yeah, would you go back on TV?
Nope. And he lost $340 million on Friday.
Oh, for that lawsuit?
No, from the investors dropping 42% of the stock, upset with TKO or whatever.
What are people mad at? TKO, the parent company of WWF, WWE, also owns UFC and some other stuff. And what's it called? TKO. TKO bought the WWE basically from Vince. Vince was the largest shareholder. And what are people mad about? What are people mad at TKO about?
Ticket prices and relocation of WWE events like WrestleMania to Saudi Arabia.
Oh.
They're paying though in Saudi, man.
And high costs for events like WrestlePalooza and stuff like that.
It seems like TNA, I'm sorry, what's it called?
TKO.
It seems like TKO has kept a pretty good hand on ticket gouging not happening so much on the UFC side. You don't hear people bitching about UFC ticket prices. But
I don't think families are. I don't know how many families are going to UFC events.
Yeah. They're all single dudes like Brian.
It was somebody with WWE, with Nick Khan or whatever, talked about how Vince McMahon used to try to make it affordable for families, and they're just not trying to do that anymore.
No, they're not. So, Lummy, you're saying that caused TKO stock to drop by 42% on Friday?
Yeah, and they said looks like Vince lost $340 million.
Now, Bret Hart, Lummy, that's probably the only guy we can get to go on the air.
I will try.
And Bret Hart has alleged that Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon were lovers. And on several different podcasts.
Wow.
On several different,
Wait, is that why he thinks he was part of the Canadian screw job?
Montreal. The Montreal screw job. Maybe. But
because they were doing each other?
God, let me, that crooked Christmas tree drives me crazy.
It's really straight.
It's not. It's so crooked.
Macho and I are getting the ladder after the show.
Thank you.
Macho would like to talk to you about it.
Okay, that's fine.
Because he said it's straight.
It's not, but it's okay.
Such a slime ball, such a crook. When Sean, if you remember, forfeited the belt and retired to go find his smile somewhere, Sean was crying in the ring and the tears were in his eyes and all that. I remember in the dressing room, and I remember Vince crying, and I remember watching it and going, I think there's more going on here between these two guys. I'm just being honest. I think that Sean and Vince were sleeping with each other. When I look back, that's like, I got caught between two lovers. Sean was so envious and jealous of my position that he finally had to sleep with Vince to get it. If I saw either Vince or Sean here, I would say I think you guys were lovers. Vince was such
okay. Now, Jay, you're a defamation slander guy. You've defended me in that.
Mm-hmm.
there was no.
Is he running jokes there?
Well,
or is that...
he didn't frame it in any way, shape, or form. I don't know it to be true, but my feelings or my opinion would be. I mean, he just shot it.
He doesn't even have any real hard evidence. He just saw both guys crying when Bret Hart, when Shawn Michaels went to go find his smile.
These are both very, very, Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon, both very influential people. And if you're spreading that, that's very defaming, is it not?
It certainly seems that the way he said it, he didn't use any of the classic qualifiers.
No.
He said it as a statement of fact.
Right. He didn't say, hey, listen, I don't know it to be true, but it's my feeling and my opinion that when I saw Shawn crying and then I saw Vince crying,
they definitely were having sex.
I was 100%. It's my opinion. At least I felt this way. I don't know if it's true or not, but maybe these two are sleeping together. I don't know. I mean, boom, he'd be just adding that little bit of that, just a few extra words that I added in there could make all the difference in the world.
Mm-hmm. Man, I wish Bret Hart would do some ayahuasca or something and just
lighten up. I wish he'd get real high, and you could get high Bret Hart.
He's just one of the greats. But every time there's an interview, he just doesn't have anything positive to say at all.
And another real negative one is Scott Steiner. He's really mad too all the time.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey.
Yes.
This is David from Razor Sharp.
Dave from where?
Razor Sharp. He's own a nice store in Port Richey.
Oh, you got.
I'm a 25-year listener, first-time caller, and I just wanted to hit on a couple points because I really got down the rabbit hole with your show and really enjoyed.
All right.
The scenes.
So let me ask you. Hold on. Let me ask you a question, sir. When did you get down? First of all, where were you at? Were you on YouTube? Were you on Facebook? Were you on X?
I watch you on YouTube every morning.
Okay, so you got down kind of a Bubba YouTube rabbit hole, kind of.
Yeah, I met you at a meet and greet at Best Buy at Clearwater on Sunset 19. Met all the boys, and you were real nice and really got interested in your programming and everything. And then lost track of you for a while. I was in with Matt Cox, where he was at for a couple of years, and then I came out and started a knife business in Port Richey, Florida.
Oh, you were in with Matt. You were in the federal mids.
I was in the low. He was in the mids.
Okay.
And then when I left, he went to the low. I went to the halfway house, and he came to low.
Okay. Matt's gotten me some great guests, and he's doing really well over there. I'm super proud of him. Do you watch his stuff?
I watch all his stuff. I watch Patrick Bet David.
Mm-hmm.
I found this girl yesterday that you have to watch. Her name's Lauren Compton. She is just like you, but a female, hot as hell, and she does not hold back. Really good interviewer. But a couple things I just want to say. I really appreciate everything that you're doing. The thing with Tyler breaks my heart. I've gone through it with my daughter. I would make a suggestion, and I know this hurts. I would probably get your mom and your sister to meet at his pit after a race where you're not in his head and see if you guys can bond that back, because you're right. When everybody's dead and gone, he's going to miss it. I lost my wife and mother within a year and a half ago. And I want to thank the Diagos. I had Morgan & Morgan try the case. They dropped it. I called Jay's secretary, talked to Taylor. They went to the manager. They helped me out. So I'm appreciative of everything that you guys are doing.
Well, thank you, my friend. I'm not gonna necessarily take your advice on the Tyler situation. My mom and my sister waiting for him after he pulls in after a race. I do not think would be the way to mend our relationship. It's just going to take time, and I think eventually he'll come around. I think I've made good communicate. I've reached out and communicated with him and his fiance. It's friendly communication. And then that's it, and that's positive, and I'm not pushing it. So it will happen if it's meant to be. It's meant to be.
My thoughts and prayers are with you and your family for sure. I did rent your video. I watched it 3 times. Very excellent. I knew Hulk Hogan. Brooke used to ice skate with my daughter at Sunblades and Countryside. And, I know the whole family dynamic of you and everything that y'all done. So I just wanted to call in and wish you guys.
So what rabbit hole did you get down? Like what were you watching?
Everything I used to listen to on the radio with you. I spent the last 2 months since my mom and wife died that I have just been consumed with your show, just watching episode and seeing a face to the voice and the way everybody interacts and very eloquently has their opinion, and the subject you take on is phenomenal.
Well, I appreciate you being a daily consumer of our content on YouTube and going back and looking at the old stuff. I appreciate that. I appreciate Jay's firm helping you, and I just appreciate you, my friend. You're true Bubba Army. Thank you.
I got one other thing.
Everybody's always got one more thing.
Well, it's been 25 years, first time call, Bubba.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a lot built up.
A lot to talk about.
I'm just saying. Go ahead. One more thing, sir. One more thing.
Okay. I have a NASCAR collection that I have no use for that I lost interest after Dale Sr. died, and I would like to give the collection to you for first right to refusal and Gene Lasker of anything you want, and then donate the rest of it to your foundation.
When you say collection, is that cards? Is that die cast? What do you got?
Everything.
All right.
I had a 300 by 300 room that was just wall to wall with everything.
Okay. Well, let me get your information from Lummy, and we'll go from there. Okay, bud.
All right. Thanks for the great job.
Thank you, my friend. Let me get your information. Hello, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Bubba. How are you?
Good, sir. Thanks.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope you guys had a great holiday.
You as
well.
well.
I don't know if you guys, if you touched on this or not, but just condolences to Gene and his family for the loss of his dog over the weekend. I don't know if anybody saw that.
Yes, we all know about it, and we were going to
no, thanks for telling us.
And we were going to I was going to let Gene tell the story on Friday as to what happened. Gene is absolutely beside himself. It was Khaleesi. He had 3, or what are those called? King Corsos. He has 3 King Corsos, and Khaleesi, which I think might have been the oldest and the female, died suddenly in some type of accident that happened on Saturday. I did speak to Gene. He could barely keep it together. His wife is just, anytime you lose an animal, it's tough. And this didn't, happen by natural causes. This was an accident, and it's just, Gene's just beating himself up over it, and it's not my position to tell you what happened, but Gene.
Well, this sounds worse than his Facebook post does.
Sure does.
But Gene will tell you what happened, and he asked me.
I just wanted to give him my condolences, Bubba. I just feel for him. I recently have had to put one of my dogs down, so I get that, and just wanted to thank you guys for the opportunity.
Thank you, my friend, and Gene thanks you as well. I love Gene. I talked to him on Saturday, trying to calm him down, and it's a bad situation. Poor guy. I don't know how this guy, why he thought this would. Well, I don't know. I don't know if he's not paying child support. I don't know if these 5 women. By the way, this guy fought all 5 of his exes at the same time, like 5 versus 1.
Boy, she looks strong.
Yeah, this girl looks like she could hold her own.
Wow.
I don't want to fight her.
And I don't know if it was a gimmick, or they all 5 hate him, or he cheated all of them.
Didn't Tuttle fight a bunch of girls one time?
He usually fights them one-on-one, though.
Oh, okay. This is different. This is 5-on-1.
He's like 38-1. One girl dropped him. But she was, she was a professional fighter. I think I forget what her name was.
How'd you never get him a rematch though?
It's a well-known female fighter. She was a champion at one time, and he was the intergender.
Layla Ali?
No, it was Christine.
Not Christy Martin.
Yeah.
No.
It might have been Christy Martin. Dropped him.
Do you still have the video of that?
No, it was when he worked for us, not for me. But all the girls that he fought when he was with me, he won. And it was never like an abusive type deal. Like these girls, he'd get them so, tuddled out that they would want to fight him and glove up. And he, but then I'd be like, listen, yes, I think it was Christy Martin.
Yeah, it was.
And so I would be like, listen, man, he's a man, you're a girl. In no way, shape, or form am I sanctioning or my show sanctioning or these are you. If you two want to do this on your own, sign these 2 forms that you guys are responsible for your own actions, and I don't have anything to do with it. And let's glove up and go. And he did. He dropped 37 of them, but Christy Martin got him. So this guy's fighting all 5 of his exes at the same time.
Let's go, girls!
Oh, he's really hit.
Dude. Fight down. Keep your hands up.
Now, it seems like, man, I mean, you can be a badass, but eventually won't the numbers get you?
You would think so.
I don't. This is the whole.
Look at that right there. She's getting them. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that forearm striation. Look. Oh, and Jay, you're right. He took it. Look.
He's wailing the other girl. This is unbelievable.
But look at this right coming in on him. Ready?
What's
this ref doing, man?
Neutral corner. 1, 2, 3. Walk it off. Right, well, you good? Okay. It's kind of hard to move around.
He dated some tough girls, dude.
Wait,
you all right?
They look like they're all like real boxers almost.
I don't want to fight a single one of those women.
I don't want to fight any of them.
That's not the first time they put in a mouthpiece. I'll tell you that.
Wow. Let's go.
Just a trial.
Round 2?
I couldn't find my exes. Nikki whipped my ass. She's 6'1".
Oh yeah, you can't bob and weave like he used to.
Move your feet. Hands up.
This is mad. This is something they should have down at the Dallas Bowl on Thursday night.
Now, I don't know if this is America.
Fight your exes.
I'm not sure this is America. Are there other countries where you're allowed to, hit women like this? And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
It's cool.
I think
sanctioned by what? The guy in the fake referee shirt.
But here's the deal. I think Jay might be able to attest if they all sign waivers.
No, I'm not saying it's a. I'm just saying
if they all sign waivers and they know what they're getting themselves
there's no
into.
headgear,
I know.
But I'm just saying, like Jay, if you get a big fancy lawyer like you, and you could come up with the paperwork that would make this, legal for all parties.
I'm sure there's waivers.
If everybody agreed to the risks involved of fighting 5 versus 1, and the 5 being females, and I'm sure.
Defend yourself. Hold some deep.
Dressed like a crocodile.
Get there. In and out. Move.
Let's get some tree trunks for legs.
Run through. Check the place. Circle.
Dude, she put him down again. Her.
Yeah, that one right there. I wouldn't fight her singularly.
She did one shot to the gut, put him right down.
I wouldn't fight her singular.
So I guess he's a big YouTuber, and so I don't know if those were his exes. Maybe they were just professional fighters that they brought in to wail on him. But either way, it's pretty funny.
These people are so stupid. They stood outside Target for 5 hours because this particular Target said for the first 100 people they got a special.
No, it was all Targets. Target's getting a bunch of crap.
That's what I'm saying.
Friday,
Target advertised for the first 100 people that walked in the doors on Black Friday, they would get a special gift bag. And they intimated that this gift bag was going to be full of like some real cool stuff. And they basically got Uno cards, powdered.
They're mad about the free stuff they got.
Well, yes. but hold on, like
false advertising.
They got Nerds candy and like Gatorade mix packs and a thing of Uno cards.
But what do you think you're going to get when you line up at Target at 2 o'clock on Black Friday, 2 a.m.?
Maybe a $25 gift card? I don't know.
Lowe's gave a $100 bucket away to the first 50 people, and it actually had $100 worth of stuff in it, which was
Hundreds
good.
of customers braved sub-zero temperatures to queue for 5 hours outside Target.
I'm going to be honest with you.
What is wrong?
I'm going to be honest with you. There's not a lot of stuff I would stand people like to meet a celebrity to get an autograph,
right.
to get $100 worth of something free. Yeah. I would not stand in line for 8 hours I can't think of I would only stand outside in the snow for 8 hours if that was the only way my mom was going to live. Like, that like something that being that high stakes. Other than that, man, not even a new car. Nobody's going to give you a new car.
Temperatures to queue for 5 hours outside Target, only to find the reward utterly insulting.
So they gave these super big gift bags, like these bags that were like rainbow metallic. I mean, like the bags are badass.
Don't these people know that they're exposing themselves and not Target? They are saying, "Hey, we're the idiots that waited in line for a bunch of trash for 5 hours in the snow. Here we are, and by the way, we're upset about it."
And we're stupid.
This to me is it's highlighting them as the dumb ones, not Target.
Yes. To secure one of the first 100
So you got Gatorade,
limited edition swag bags. Shoppers lined up in the freezing wind before dawn, with temperatures plunging to minus 10 degrees Celsius. Target staff arrived early to manage the crowd, handing out hot chocolate and promising queuers that the contents would be worth every penny. The event even implemented a numbered queue system to ensure fairness, leading many customers to believe they were in for a substantial perk. But when the store opened at 6 a.m. and shoppers entered to claim their bags, the contents sparked outrage. While the packaging looked fancy, the actual contents enraged
Uno cards.
Many who had waited. A few packets of drink mix, a deck of Uno cards, and a lip gloss that looked like it was pulled from clearance shelves or picked up off the floor. Numerous participants stated this fell far short of the generous rewards hinted at by the company. Netizens questioned, is this a Black Friday gift pack or just clearing out inventory? Customers waited 5 hours in sub-zero temperatures for this. Target has yet to issue an official response to the controversy.
Seth has Target's official response.
Yeah, screw you.
Seth, official spokesperson for Target. What you got?
Eat our butt.
Eat our ass.
However,
how does our clearance section feel?
The incident has sparked widespread discussion on social media, with many declaring, this is the last time I'll queue for Black Friday.
Yeah, but you're still going to Target. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The alternative is Walmart, and we know that you're not going there.
Oh, God, I wouldn't. The humanity of Walmart. Oh, my Lord. I'll go without before I go to walk into a Walmart.
You won't wait in the snow for 10 hours to get like a
for
Uno
nothing.
card?
If they said, you know what, Jay is going to die if you don't wait outside for 10 hours in the snow, I would wait outside for 10 hours. Well, I actually called Dan and say, Dan, do I really got to wait outside for 10 minutes? Can I get in the hallway or something? So let me take the hot mics out. I got to listen to this next stuff before I run it, okay?
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Do you own a commercial property in the Bay Area, and is it in need of some landscape maintenance? Contact Average Joe today. With over 15 years of experience, Average Joe is one of the Bay Area's leading full-service commercial landscape contractors, offering irrigation repair and installation, as well as 3D landscape design and installation. Check them out on the web at averagejoetampa.com or email Joe directly at joe@averagejoetampa.com and let them put together a service plan for your needs. Tell them Bubba Army sent you.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. All at the Bubba Army now returns.
So I'm going to have my guys or Gary, I should say, just put this all together as a piece, Lummy, whether it, obviously shorts and reels, the way I envision it, but this might not be the way Gary envisioned it, but to open up with the high spot with Flair saying street drugs killed him, and then you just come in with here, let me reiterate. Gary, you put it together however you want. Put it together long form and short form, and let's let it rip. It only validates what the hell I was saying the entire time.
That's right.
Which makes people even hate me even more.
Is that possible?
It's really not, Jay.
I mean,
you see what we call the Bubba effect in this town, and it's not even believable.
It's not.
It's not even believable that I roll around here with less rights and hated. I am so hated.
And it doesn't just happen to you; it happens to those around that love you.
Oh yeah, there's a ripple effect. Here's what Ric Flair said. Ric Flair talked to Terry the night before he died. We were given play-by-play as it was happening, and we were dead on. Dead on. Here's what Flair says.
Another wrestler, another Mount Rushmore type legend who resided in the Tampa area, Hulk Hogan, passed away.
I talked to him the day before he died. I shouldn't say this, but what killed him was street drugs.
Boom. That's all you need. If you want to go further, you can. You can literally nail it right now.
Oh man, I don't go out of my way.
Literally. Lummy, you can cut that out however you want. Listen to Dan. Now, you heard what Ric Flair said. His doctor cut him off for a year, but when he got home, he still needed, pain pills because he was in so much pain, and he couldn't get them through his doctor anymore. Lummy, do we know the date on this particular?
August 25th.
Well, this was after he died?
Yeah, it was after he died.
Here's what Dan comes up with, and this is when they're still trying to figure out the who's, wins, the what's, and the whys. Right?
Yes.
And this is when they're being less than honest with what happened.
Take 4 or 5 Percocets a day without a problem. I know it's probably a different number than that, but let's just make that assumption as 5, okay? He's still messed up. He still has a phrenic nerve injury. He's still doing respiratory therapy, but he's still taking 5 Percocets a day,
and he can
hypothetically.
And he can handle them.
Say he got shady Percocets.
I've insinuated that.
I've
insinuated that he ran out of his real ones. He sent Ronnie down to Guido at the corner to get him 15 perks.
Right. They may have been tainted.
They've been stepped on.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever take a pill that's not been from your pharmacy ever.
Nope.
You could end up with stepped on.
Not in 2025.
I don't even care if it's a guy that says, hey, you want a Tylenol because you got a headache? Not unless it's from my Tylenol bottle.
Yes, you can't. It's like grabbing a drink that's been sitting out in a bar. You have no idea what's in that pill.
And so that could also, I've brought that up as well, that he got some stepped on perks. I don't know that we're ever going to know because I don't know that Sky, she may want to protect his legacy and may not want the public to know that that's how he went out.
It's a shame. The whole thing.
Right?
Every scenario you're mentioning, though, Bubba, is just a travesty. Any of those scenarios, someone did it on purpose, it was an accident, it was illicitly put into his normal pills. All those scenarios absolutely sucks. I feel badly for him and his family. None of it is good. Say you can.
That's exactly what Ric Flair was saying. Was it not?
Yes, it was.
What is your position at this moment?
My position is, this is after he died.
Yeah.
And this is somebody asking my opinion.
What is your position at this moment?
My position is that he took too many opioids. He already had obviously a breathing condition or a diaphragm slowdown, and what he was accustomed to taking, being able-bodied, would not fly under these conditions. And there are opiates in his body that caused his breathing to slow down even more, inevitably causing him to die. And he was so far under that Narcan wouldn't bring him back. That's my position. Pretty much what Ric Flair said.
Interesting.
Pretty much what Ric Flair said.
Except you use a lot of really professional qualifiers.
Yeah, exactly. You've taught
little
me.
different.
You've taught me. Rick used no qualifiers. He's like, Rick
Here's
said,
my position. Is what you said.
Rick said, street drugs killed him.
Exactly.
He couldn't get the real drugs from his doctor for over a year, and he still had the pain, so he had to go another route. And that's what Dan and I indirectly said. Gary should have his razor blade cutting and slicing as we speak. Let me
on it.
And Flair intimated that this is going to be big news.
I wonder what he thinks is going to come out in 30 days.
Well, here's the deal. I think the investigation, in my opinion, I've been told is still open.
That I believe that too.
Because they are running these leads down. They're finding out, okay, listen.
The word on the street is that the family is actively investigating the medical malpractice aspect. I don't know any of that to be true, but that, as a lawyer, that's the word on the street in Tampa.
I don't know if they were granted it or not, so I can't give you a definitive answer on that. You might be able to research it. But, Lummy, you might want to Google. I know the family did go to the Sixth Circuit, Jay, and asked for a statute of limitations extension on medical mal. I don't know if they were granted it or not.
It's an automatic petition for a 90-day extension of the statute of limitations. You get an automatic 3-month extension. So once it's filed, it's granted.
All right, so then I'm assuming that it was granted.
So then they're looking back. They're looking back 2 years is what they're doing.
So, but they only got 90 days to do it. Am I assuming that, Jay? Like, if they get an extension of 90 days for medical mal, they have to have a team full of lawyers and a lot of manpower, because I don't think the judge will give you 2 extensions.
No, they don't. And what it does is,
but they will give you the one, right?
They will give it as a matter of course, and so it allows them to look back as far as 2 years. So they're concerned that there may be, when I file an automatic petition for a 90-day extension of the statute of limitations, I'm doing it because I'm coming up on a hard date of 2 years of somebody that I'm investigating.
Right.
And I want to make sure that I extend it 90 days so that I can get my experts to look at that particular provider so that I can make a determination before the statute runs.
And so they were granted. I'm assuming. I know they petitioned the court.
Yeah, 90 days.
And so they got it.
Statutorily.
That was, what day was that, Lemmy? Because I think, Jay, the clock starts ticking from that day, right?
Who filed it?
October 3rd.
It should say the name of the lawyer.
Hogan's wife and son filed a petition.
Does it say the name of the lawyer?
I got to dig a little deeper. Okay. But it looks like they were going after the hospitals, Tampa General.
All right, so did you say October 3rd?
Yes.
So November, December, Jay, they got about...
Sorry, it filed October 1st.
October.
Yeah.
So they got till just about January 1st, right?
Yep.
And so that's why Flair said in the next 30 days, right?
Wiseman, and Bolt. Sorry.
Wiseman, and Bolt.
Yes.
Sounds like a big firm to me. So it sounds like, so listen, Jay, that's why Flair said in the next 30 days, because one would assume that they're going to have some information. Wiseman, and Bolt are going to have some information on this within the next 30 days, because they only have till approximately January 1st for the medical mal extension. So that's why Flair last week, when he did this, by the way, Lummy, has this podcast been taken down now?
No, it's up on their channel.
It's still up on their channel?
Yeah.
I know the lawyer actually very well, Stuart Ratson.
Oh, I've heard of him before. Good guy.
I've worked with him before many times.
Dude, big slinging D.
He knows exactly what to do.
He'll get to the bottom of this.
For sure.
And so that's why Flair, which last week, Lummy, this podcast was recorded the last week of November. He said in the next 30 days, the media is going to go crazy because Wiseman, and Bolt only have 30 more days to unearth the medical mal or what went wrong or who provided what. Right, Jay? I mean, at the end of the day, they only have till January 1st, and they have to come up with a theory or facts or something to validate their claim.
They'll have to file a notice of intent to initiate litigation. It has to be accompanied by an affidavit from a board-certified specialist in the same area of the potential defendant. So if you think it's a surgeon, then you need to get a board-certified surgeon to review the medical records and tell you.
But Jay, what if it's a combination of the surgery was done incorrectly or some type of that, but they also find out in their investigation, and this is of question form, that there was illicit street drugs involved. Will Wiseman, and Bolt be tracking that down too to find out the provider who did it? You know, much like the Matthew Perry deal when they found, was it the ketamine queen?
Yes.
When they would they follow that same route?
Yep.
Or play pattern on this one too?
You can't leave any stone unturned because there's something in the law called a Fabre defendant. And so that means if you fail to name a potential defendant and I go to a trial, like say you and me and Lummy are in a car accident, and I just sue you, even though I know that Lummy's still got a little bit of fault, and I don't sue him, and I let the statute of limitations run. You can say, hey, what about this Lummy character? You forgot to sue him. It's called a Fabre defendant, and then the jury can apportion fault against Lummy, and you could get out of like a lot of problems. So
let's do that. Let's blame it all on Lummy.
Yeah. So they've got to find out every potential defendant,
every person that potentially was with him or provided him care.
Yep.
For however long of a window, probably from the time,
it's 2 years from the time you knew or should have known of the possibility of medical negligence.
But they'll unwind this clear to the first time he went to the first surgery he had that was inevitably complicated. They had complications.
They're going 2 years back, Bubba. And that's what they're doing.
But they'll also go back as late as the night before and the person that dropped off the illicit Percocets.
Allegedly.
If that's the way it went down. I don't know that to be true.
Exactly.
But they're not going to. Every event that potentially led to his cardiac arrest will be unearthed if they can find it.
And I would imagine if it hasn't already been done, I know Stuart Ratson well enough to know there's going to be an autopsy done if it hasn't already been done now. If he wasn't cremated before the opportunity, there's no way that Stuart Ratson would not get an autopsy to determine the absolute cause of death.
Lummy, we could get another resurgence of relevance.
Yeah.
We could get another.
Right.
I mean, because again, we are as abrasive as people thought we were. We were right. We were dead on, including our doctor saying, hey, he may have overdosed on some stepped on, tampered with opioids. And his body's used to 4 regular opioids that are clean and are, 100% Percocet, not 60% Percocet with a 40% fentanyl mixture because you bought it from Guido that came down to the surf shop that night. And we've alleged that all along. We've speculated that all along. And now Ric Flair goes on a podcast and says, indeed, what we speculated.
And he said he talked to him day before his
night
death.
Before.
Yeah,
Night before, and street drugs is what killed him. And we were saying that all along. Boy, Lummy, I'm excited.
Well, it's interesting because, that means that he was alert.
Yep.
Oriented, able to talk. All of those things we were unsure of the day before he died.
We were on the air, Lummy, the day that he died and said, it was who found him and who was with him last night. Remember?
Yeah.
We were that was of question form. That wasn't alleging anybody in particular, but we were just like, who has had contact with him in the last 24 to 48 hours? Could somebody?
Which
Seth,
should be the question when anyone dies under unexpected circumstances.
But Jay, remember when we were flipping out when they wouldn't do an autopsy? We were flipping out saying, no, you can't rubber stamp this.
Mm-hmm.
Seth, did the ketamine queen go to prison? I mean, did she?
Oh, yeah,
did she catch charges?
For sure.
So if somebody had done something similar to Terry's street level drugs that he potentially might have been getting, which has been alleged by Ric Flair, and that person delivered him to, Terry himself or whoever, they're all in trouble. They're all in trouble.
Facing 65 years in the Matthew Perry case.
The ketamine queen.
Yeah.
And then I think people that, the guy that delivered him is facing 10. I mean, I think the ketamine queen's where it originated from, but I think they even got the guy that dropped off the brown bag on this deal. And Hogan had a ton of friends. And I'm not going to sit here and start naming people that it could be, but we all know. We all know.
I literally mentioned Matthew Perry, Michael Jackson, Joan Rivers when I spoke to the medical examiner and said, don't you have the same power? Wouldn't it be a travesty if something untoward happened and we didn't have all the information because you guys didn't do what you could do? Didn't matter. None of it mattered.
Brooke Hogan went down and saw her dad at the morgue and said goodbye to him. And they still hadn't, cremated him. And at that point, I think the Clearwater police had promised her that they had opened their eyes to some potential foul play, and that the body would not be cremated until they had closed their investigation. And the investigation is still open. And now you got a huge law firm that's got a 90-day medical malpractice extension, Wiseman and Bolt, and Ric Flair on a podcast alleged that street drugs killed him and that we would know about it. The press is going to go, I think his exact words, or if I paraphrase, the press is going to go crazy within the next 30 days. That means Flair knows.
Is he that close with the family still?
Oh, hell yeah.
Interesting.
Flair knows, and Flair might even know who takes the fall for it. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is just my opinion. I'm not mentioning any names. It's going to be somebody that's very, very, very close in his inner circle that takes the hit.
Uh-oh.
They're going to say to his inner circle, from friends to family, are you the one that gave him the perks that were stepped on? Yes. Okay. Put your hands behind your back, buddy. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you.
I don't think that guy would do good in jail. Oof.
And then, Jay, they're going to ask that guy, where'd you get him from?
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to say, I got him from Guido down at the gym. Then I go down to Guido. Guido, where'd you get him from? Well, I know, I got him from Miami. Okay. That's how this is going to go down. You watch, and I'll be the bad guy again.
Of course
I
you
like
are.
being the bad guy. It's good for the numbers.
Yes, it is.
If you liked that segment, then you'll definitely like the new redesigned BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
What if he's getting his drugs from one of these Venezuelan boats?
SOL now. Smash that like button, everybody. What's up, Dirt Merchant? Happy Jasper. How's everyone doing? Snizuki, another spin instructor.
And does your guy fly his own plane?
Yes, he does.
Kind of like Helper.
Yes, except that it's the jet with the parachute
Right.
flying itself. It's like, other than that, yep. What's up, Greg D2? How you doing, buddy? Berto. Good morning. It's a badass plane, isn't it? That black and red. I mean, sick.
Yeah, it's the newest plane on the market right now.
What's that thing go for? 3?
4 million. Jesus. Maybe 5.
What's up, Glenn Longnecker? How you doing? Grouper Lips, good morning. Nick, good morning. Jay Kostika, how you doing? Jay Bowler, Tony Peters. Good morning to everybody. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Thanksgiving was awesome. You know, I haven't seen that. The body, I'm gonna have to take a look at that. What's up, Fin212? How you doing? Hemp prohibition. I know the problem with the original recreational ballot amendment last year was it didn't say the word recreational in it, and it didn't allow people to grow their own, which was one of the big differences between Florida and California. It was also heavily lobbied by True Leave and Cure Leave and all the people that are the dispensary owners. I wish white iced tea, if I could have that jet in my hangar, that would be all okie dokie with me. Soupy John, what up? It's a doctor in town, a good friend of mine, who has raced for years Daytona 24, Sebring. Now he races historic cars, and he's got this amazing plane.
Jay, Lummy was getting close to your spoiler. He said he's never seen it before. Have you driven that car before?
Have I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because Lummy's like, I haven't seen that. And I was like, oh.
I agree, Jerkin-ism, but I think they just re-signed him, my son said. Didn't they re-sign Mike Norvell?
Is Norvell, did they give him a new contract, or is he?
No, but he'll be there next year.
Yeah, and then Kiffin moves on, right?
Yeah, LSU.
LSU.
It's a pretty beefy spoiler.
It's big, eh?
Is that, you haven't driven that one before here, really?
I have just for a few weeks, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I walked out, I was like, holy shit. So I was looking down, and I was like, oh.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's a race car. It's a street car. It's a race car.
Dry out there.
Yeah, you be careful. Don't bump into it.
Now, FSU is smart because they think about it, they'd have to get in the coaching carousel with, let's say, LSU and Virginia Tech. So they're going to get her.
I know it's probably not the hip thing to say, but I think Deion Sanders would be amazing there just because of the history.
Yeah.
I know it probably doesn't make sense in timing or anything else, but I just think he's got such swagger that it would work there.
Hi, Seth.
No,
What up?
Been
a slow day on the money, Lummy. Must be the first day of the week.
The city sucks. You know what I mean? I don't want to be there.
Lummy, are we fucking fighting thumbs up situations?
Yeah, we're close. 954, not at all. We're not bad. Smash the like.
No, we're only 30 out now.
Yeah. Money has to sell.
Get that 1.1, guys.
Dirt merchants and jump to space.
I don't know. Jacob's watched Tony Peters. AP today.
Welcome to Fender Works, a full-service auto body repair and refinishing company located in Clearwater, Florida. From minor door dings to full collisions, they do it all. All of their repairs come with a lifetime warranty and satisfaction guarantee. They will beat any written estimate and will not lose a job over price. It's their honesty and down-to-earth approach that has separated them from the rest. They'll literally go out of their way to satisfy their customers. Go see Adam now for a free estimate, 727-542-6420 or fenderworks.com, or go see their Fender Works Facebook page.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, all at the Bubba Army, now returns.
Today there'll be an after show. Me and Seth, Lummy, Macho Man, and the Crooked Christmas Tree. It really bugs me. Meow. Meow.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Did you see Dan all suited up today, Jay?
Yes.
Looks good.
He does. That's
all over a sprinkler violation.
I know.
he gets all Dan'd out just over the craziest stuff, does he not?
He does. But he's right on this one. There's a waiver.
He'll present to the court well. He's articulate, and if there's a right or wrong side of this, he's more on the right side than he is the wrong. And I think that the judge is going to shoot down the city of Tampa. Usually that's rare, but usually they're lockstep together. But I think Dan will make a great argument, and I think he'll win. And he'll even be more difficult to deal with later today when he wins.
Yeah, my dad made me go to water court before, and there's an exception to it when you have just planted something new. And so Danny had just planted something new. My dad had just planted something new. So I got my dad off it, and then there was another doctor in the galley, and he's like, "Can you help me?" I'll never forget it, Dr. Yateman. I did it for him, got him off too.
Can you help me, buddy?
They put all the lawyers up front, so Danny should theoretically be done within 20 minutes of it starting.
I'm kind of a personal injury attorney. I'm not Johnny Waterworks over here, okay?
He was a friend of my father's and a cancer guy. I helped him in a second.
I know. Of course, you did it for him as a friend, but you're like, I'm not Johnny Water guy, okay?
He's like, can you do that exact same thing for me? I'm like, give me a second.
We continue to cover some breaking news that is coming in at this hour to our newsroom.
Maybe some of Hogan's bad pills came out of Venezuela. Some Venezuelans down there at Hogan's hang out on karaoke night. You know what I'm saying? They slip them over to the bartender.
There's a lot of them around Clearwater Beach.
President Trump telling airlines this morning to consider the airspace above Venezuela closed. He posted this right here on Truth Social saying, quote, "To all airlines, pilots, drug dealers, and human traffickers, please consider the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela to be closed in its entirety." He adds, of course, thank you for your attention to this matter. The president's comments coming about a week after the Federal Aviation Administration, that's the FAA, warned airlines about flying over Venezuela. The FAA issued...
You might get shot down. They're really anything that's moving out there in the waters, they think it's a drug boat. It literally could be a family of four just enjoy the new Sea Ray, and Trump's picking it right out of the water, man. I would no way would I be on the water in Venezuela. No way.
A notice urging airlines to, quote, exercise caution due to the, quote, potentially hazardous situation in that region. Want to pop up one of the live images that we do have right here. This is a live look over the White House.
And here's the thing, man. These boats, man, they're just hauling ass, whatever they're doing, maybe some bad stuff, maybe trafficking drugs, whatever. And I think that they don't even know, like this invisible drone, 50,000 feet above the air. I don't even know that they can see it or hear it. And you're just boating right along, chilling out, and the next thing you know, they just vaporize you. And are these coming from like satellite missiles, or are they being launched by drones? Or because to me, all the shots that you see are all like night vision, and from way up top, and this boat just seems to be skipping along the water, and the next thing you know, it's just completely obliterated. How are they? What type of weaponry are they using for that?
I think it's drone. I'm looking into it.
I don't think it gives you any warning. I think you could just be Jay, you could be out there on your jet ski, just What are
they going to say? Throw the drugs overboard? It's over at that point. You're a bad guy in their eyes.
I know, and they just obliterate you. Like, I mean, I just want to know, like, where is it coming from? And what type of weaponry is it? Is it because it seems pretty kick-ass. Like, this dude's just hauling like 30, 40 knots, you know, skipping along on this, you know, whatever. And next thing you know, you've seen all the footage. It's just, and he's done.
Now, the FAA advisory in part read, quote, operators are advised to exercise caution when operating in
all airlines, pilots, drug dealers, human traffickers to consider Venezuelan airspace closed
in the flight information region at all altitudes due to the worsening security situation and heightened military activity in or around Venezuela. It goes on to say, quote, threats could pose a potential risk to aircraft at all altitudes, including during overflight, the arrival and departure phases of flights and or airports and aircraft on the ground. Now, they also requested airlines to provide at least 72-hour advance notice to the FAA if they did plan to fly through that area. Some international airlines then can't.
Now, what gives us the right to be the policemen of the world in the skies so that we're locking down airspace in foreign countries? You know, I can understand boats that are halfway to America that came from Venezuela, and their intel, you know, gives them intel that this is a drug carrying boat, and they pick them off. But man, this seems like a little bit of an overreach, doesn't it?
I mean, yes, but the argument they're making is they're trying to make the narco terror. They're trying to call them terrorists, like you know, ISIS. And if we had planes from the Middle East with ISIS people coming to give us drugs, we would be shooting them out of the sky. And so they're trying to make the analogy, the argument that if these narco drug dealers are narco terrorists, then that we can treat them like terrorists and we can prevent them from importing drugs and fentanyl that kills more than 300,000 people, 300,000 people a year, which blows away what the other terrorists have done.
Might have killed Hogan.
Right, which is exactly.
That's all you got to say, Jay, and that just stops everybody in their tracks. Man, Hogan might have got a hold of some bad Venezuelan fentanyl.
Canceled their flights to Venezuela following that.
I wouldn't go to Venezuela if they paid me.
No.
Isn't Venezuela down by Costa Rica?
No, it's Venezuela's in South America.
Yeah.
Like down by Colombia, Bogota, and all that kind of deal?
Guyana. It's like right on
Argentina.
by Guyana. Suriname.
Warning. Direct flights from U.S. passenger and cargo carriers to Venezuela have been suspended since back in 2019. But
good fishing in Venezuela?
Yes, there is, yeah.
Reuters.
How are the chicks, Lummy?
Are they
like Maria Guatemala?
Yeah, there's a lot of them like that.
Does report that some airlines still fly over the country on their South American routes. I do want to pop up this video on your screen right here because all of the comments, of course, coming as we are getting different video and information here. President Trump and his administration.
Oh, yeah. This is the kind of footage you see. Like this black and white guy, he's just driving his whatever the hell boat, his drug boat to wherever.
Stepping
and the next thing you know, it's a Kiss concert.
Up their strikes on suspected drug cartels in and around Venezuela.
See, my question is, where is that bomb coming from?
It hasn't been reported. It looks like they're saying they see if you look at radar, there's helicopters and planes flying, also drones that are flying over those areas.
Saying those strikes
I found an article that talks about the different types of munitions they've been using. Some are small guided missiles used from boats. Some are Hellfire missiles, can be launched from gunships, and other are Reaper drones. So it's a combination of everything. We're using everything.
To continue. And some of this video here coming from President Trump and the Secretary of Defense and War, Pete Hegseth, releasing the video of several of these strikes. Right now, we do continue to cover some.
So, now, isn't Trump real mad at the president, too, of Venezuela?
Yes.
He's not too happy with
Maduro.
I think he has a bounty on his head, too.
Mr. President, it has been reported that Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do to stop that?
He's talking about the president of Venezuela.
He's offered everything.
That's crazy.
He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to f*** around with the United States.
What?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Now, is that AI?
I can't. That is
no. I mean that's Newsweek.
That's Newsweek.
Yeah.
I mean that's Newsweek. Let me play it again.
Resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to f*** around with the United States. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Wow.
I wonder how much he cusses throughout the day.
Oh, probably as much as we do.
A lot, you think?
He's just like you and I.
Yeah.
He talks like a trucker. The White House is launching their fake news tracker. Donald's ate up with this stuff, is he not?
Yeah.
The White House announced over social media the creation of the fake news tracker that covers most major media outlets across the world. See, this is where I start having a problem. And I also have a problem with, Lummy, will you find me that excerpt of last week when the woman asked a question and he called her stupid, and you're a stupid reporter and you're stupid.
Piggy?
And you're a
Quiet, Piggy.
Yeah. Like, I think...
Her name was Peggy, though.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
It's even worse.
He's the best at name calling.
Her name's Peggy.
Yes.
He calls her Piggy. Lummy, you trying to find it for me?
I'm trying to get up
and
on
so
it.
that's where he loses me, and the fact that I love when he does what we just played and says, because he doesn't want to fuck with America. I like that. That's how a dude talks. But when he tries to put sanctions on legacy media, and he tells a reporter how stupid they are, and calls her a pig instead of Peggy. I just think that he doesn't better himself with the American public. I like his strength. I like his swagger most of the time, but I think this is when he loses me, and I think this is where he loses a lot of people that support him, and this is just about being more presidential. We don't want those people. We have enough problems. We don't want those people.
Is that a year, 2 years?
No time limit.
And then
But it could be a long time.
You said that.
We don't want those people. Do you understand that?
I understand.
You understand it?
I understand.
Who are you with?
I'm with News Nation.
Okay,
My
News
name's
Nation.
Lindsay.
News Nation. Great. Let me just tell you something. We don't want those people. Does that make sense? You know why we don't want them? Because many have been no good, and they shouldn't be in our country. We don't want those people.
That wasn't a problem. That wasn't a bad quote.
I sent you a longer clip.
This was in the White House. He was in the White House.
This is the one he's in the White House.
See,
a question about this.
So Jay, I know that you are a Trump supporter. I know you like a lot of his messages, as I do as well. But does he lose you when he starts acting like this?
Oftentimes he does, but it just depends who the offender is.
Yeah. I mean, this.
A question about this tragic shooting in Washington, D.C. U.S. officials say that the suspect worked very closely with the CIA in Afghanistan for years, that he was vetted, and the vetting came up clean.
He went cuckoo. I mean, he went nuts. And that happens, too. It happens too often with these people. You see them. But, look, this is how they come in. This is how they're standing on top of each other, and that's an airplane. There was no vetting or anything. They came in unvetted. And we have a lot of others in this country. We're going to get them out. But they go cuckoo. Something happens to them.
Your DOJ IG just reported this year that there was thorough vetting by DHS and by the FBI of these Afghans who were brought into the U.S. So why do you blame the Biden administration for what this man did?
Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person?
Oh, my God. So,
jeez.
She's trying to shift the blame to him for something that he had no responsibility for. So he handled it poorly. I agree, but that's what it is she's trying to say, well, it's your fault.
But don't you think it would be more presidential for say, I know what you're trying to do.
Sure.
You're trying to shift this on me when really it was the Biden administration that's responsible for it. You should know better than to ask that idiotic question.
Yes, I would prefer that.
Something like that. So don't try to put the heat on me on something that Sleepy Joe did.
Do you think the fellow members of the media are upset when somebody ruffles his feathers because they know it's either going to be a shorter press conference or they might be curt with him? Or do you think they go, oh, man, now she's going to be the ire of him today, I'm going to get in his good graces?
I don't know what they think. I don't know if they think need to.
Well, this bald gentleman looks like he wants to like back into the bushes like the Homer Simpson meme. I mean, he looks like he's ready to disappear.
Into the U.S.
Well, Biden called Peter Doocy a stupid son of a bitch, and people forget that.
I know, but that happened once. This happens every day.
Why do you blame the Biden administration
Because
for
they
what
let
this
him
man
in.
did?
Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. And there's a law passed that it's almost impossible not to get them out. You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in, and they were unvetted, they were unchecked, there were many of them, and they came in on big planes, and it was disgraceful. And if you look, you'll see there was a law passed. It makes it almost impossible not to let them in, not to certify them, so to speak, once they come in. And they came in, and they shouldn't have come in. And frankly, the whole thing was a mess. The whole Afghanistan situation was a mess.
Which I agree was.
It should have never taken place. If we're going to go out, and we would have gone out because I had everybody ready to go, we were going to go out with strength and dignity and precision, and we would have left from Bagram, and we would have kept Bagram, by the way, because of its very close relationship to China and where they make their missiles. But when you let the people come in by the thousands and thousands and thousands, they made a terrible mistake. But they were incompetent, yeah.
Mr. President, thank you for having
So,
me.
If he just took the stupid part out.
If he just took the attack of her out, that would have been perfect. Would have been absolutely perfect. And you could have called her stupid, but in a much better way, too. Be like, you know what? I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to turn this all around on me. It's a Biden administration situation. So stop. Just stop.
He could have not made it instead of personal and saying you're stupid. That's a stupid question.
You should have just said, you know what? Stop with your nonsense. I'm not going down that road. You're not going to get me. This is a Biden administration. So just stop. Just stop. Okay? Thank you. And he's the president, and you stop. Or he has you killed.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
I would have said you're crazy. That's sage advice you just gave right there.
My buddy's telling me these are Shield AI X-Bat drones. I'm going to look it up.
Looks like a new trailer for the P. Diddy documentary that's coming out tomorrow on Netflix.
Oh, send it to me.
I just sent it to you. Looks like 50 Cent produced it.
Jet that launches like a Harrier. This is the F-117 Nighthawk V5. So it just gives you tons of versatility when it comes small belly, that's still tilt rotors, no lift fan, 50,000 feet with a range max afterburner right away. Even though I would kind of like them to. And actually get a video of this thing just pure max afterburner for hours, that'd be great. But it could probably loiter for somewhere around 10 hours and then cruise around just a normal cruising speed of somewhere about Mach 0.8 to 0.9, and then its dashes like
That's funny. More coleslaw.
It'll be about a you've got the best fighter pilot if you wanted to, but why? You could just add a few more to the swarm. Be insane there. They just need to get up to altitude and then get moving forward. Now it gives us a little diagram of the schematics there, so not a massive aircraft. You don't need it to be massive.
Maybe in a straight line, Tampa Terry, but then again, he's got to still drive it on a Cybertruck. So
Thrust vectoring, that's just awesome. Above 4 Gs. I wonder how much. Could it go? 20? That'd be nice. Max range over 2,000 nautical miles. That's just 6 Su-57s. The pilot would do is a bold. All three of these now can RTB to the Atoll 257s with covered highway jamming. Intel, the XBAT spots the sub and climbs to 40,000 feet and then opens its internal bay and releases a JSOW C1. That's a glide bomb with a 500-pound warhead and a data-linked brain. The JSOW skims the waves at Mach 0.8 and it gets internal and it holds AMRAAMs and also...
Did he just say it goes 0.8 Mach?
No, it cruises at 0.8 Mach.
What?
It can go like 6 Mach.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Gives this aircraft the ability to carry lots of different weapons, and we'll get to those in a second. But when I look at the fuselage of this thing, it's so streamlined. To me, even the radars, it's going to go up. So it could be a Pratt & Whitney F-100 or the GE F-110. That would deliver roughly about 25,000 pounds of afterburner thrust and enough thrust to power this thing through the battle space at speeds that are likely classified, but I would guess that they're above the Mach for sure. It's also got a 3D thrust vectoring nozzle system.
Above a Mach.
That can swivel up to 20 degrees. That turns the jet blast into vertical lift, so this thing can blast off from just about anywhere. No tilt rotors, no lift fans, kind of like what we see in the new category. And likely this thing just pure tire click. Strike due to closest EPS denied environments. It could basically be jammed to smithereens and it'll still nail just this thick quadrant. It's internal and it holds their stealth capability. And even the situation will play through it real time. It's just a super jets, making them think you're someone else, while meanwhile you're dropping bombs on air-to-ground targets. That's the new. Just need to get up to altitude and then get moving forward. Now it gives us a little diagram of the schematic, 3,000 feet. Good looking engine.
Can you do lunch Wednesday at Ocean Prime, Bubba?
Wednesday, hold on. No. I could do shit. I'm pretty the net.
It's okay if you're booked this week. I'll do next.
How about Monday the 8th? And I'd feel more comfortable about going to Union because it's not as classy. See if you.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, all at the Bubba Army, now returns.
Before we say goodbye, let me, as I was speculating, like what type of machinery would the United States government use to obliterate these drug shipping vessels. I got a friend that works for the U.S. government. I'm not going to say which branch, but on one of the acronyms, and he said that they use a Shield AI XBAT. And so I looked up a Shield X. I looked up the drone. These drones. These are what the American government are using in some cases to take out these big boats. And look at this thing. It's unmanned. So there's, some guy like, Lummy or Seth or somebody that's flying it from their living room, or I'm sure from like some type of commanding headquarters.
And the fact that it has thrust vectoring.
It can get up to 50,000 feet.
That's just awesome.
There's nobody in this thing.
Above 4 Gs. I wonder how much could it go? 20? That'd be nice. Max range over 2,000 nautical miles. That's just awesome. So capable. Now here's the weapon. So AIM-174, an LRASM, and a JSOW. Long-range anti-ship missiles and a joint standoff weapon. So those are weapons you can launch from a ways away. They're stealthy themselves and they can go out and strike. And then it's got resilient communications. So lots of GPS jamming countering aboard this thing. And then
it'll jam all GPS it's trying to track it.
Split flaps. That's interesting because that can increase lift at slower airspeeds, and it can actually increase drag as well if you're going really fast and you need to slow down. Lots of options, which I think is huge. Modular avionics bay, so it gives you the ability to adapt and adjust those avionics. options: assault ships, surface ships, aircraft carriers.
They can just blow it off like this, like doesn't need a runway or nothing. They just launch it like that.
Round trip capabilities, that's super sweet. You would want that. Bouncing from ship to ship, that'd be super easy. And now here's the part of the video showing them as missile trucks, which I think is just rad.
Like I said, like, Jay, I didn't even know we had this kind of stuff.
So there it goes, launching an AIM-174 or an AIM-120, and then they just get out of Dodge, onto their next target. They just slayed 6 Su-57s, no big deal. And the way that it slows down right there, imagine these things hovering over the airspace in a defensive counter-air scenario. Just sitting there hovering and waiting. I mean,
they just sit there and hover like one of Elon Musk's rockets. Look.
What? Next level,
look,
right?
That's how look, yeah.
Say you're flying in a Su-57 or you're in a J-20 and you just look out in front of you and you see like 15 little dots over the airspace. That's just the X-Bat kind of sitting there hanging out, no big deal. And then when they're ready, they just go into a forward mode, they accelerate, and then boom, you've got a wall formation of 20 X-Bats. So again, changing the way that air power is developed so that it integrates directly into the swarm. And then the drones themselves.
That's what we're using nowadays. Oh, there's Rick. Lummy, you ready to do an after show?
Let's do it.
Let's say 15, maybe 20?
Yeah, 15.
15, 20?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Jay, appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Seth, we'll see you in a little bit.
I'll be here.
Thanks for letting me finish. You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian, Lummit.
It's Seth, co-host and president of podcasting.
It's Brian Matroni, king of counter programming. Gene Lasker, voice of the people. Glad you get to hear me.
Gary Cantrell, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council.
Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.